when he died, did they decide to take his stuff, even if it was his stuff or your stuff? What did they say? He owed him money? What did they say about it? Or was it truly a break-in and a crime?
So I had left my husband 30 days prior, and the mom moved in to help him because he was having a deteriorating mental state.
Okay.
In the state of Colorado, she's considered a resident for living here for 30 days or longer.
By the way, that's all a fallacy, but I won't go over that. Okay. So she was living there, and then what happened?
Everyone came to my house.
Yes,
she
ma'am.
let them in. She had access to the house.
Got it.
And the business partner, James, was like, well, I need all of this equipment to run my business.
Okay.
We don't weld in the oil field. We don't do...
Okay, I understand. So the mother moved in, and then was she living with him at the time he took his life?
I'm not sure. It's a mystery to me because I wasn't here due to a protective order in place.
I'm going to ask the obvious question. Are police doing anything?
No, they were there because of his suicide note posted on Facebook.
Got it.
There was wellness called Aid.
Right.
And so the family was there, and they were saying, we have access to this house. We're allowed to be here, and the cops allowed it.
Well, if the mom was living there with him,
they would have access.
It's quite easy to establish residency. And by the way, 30 days, that's just people think they're practicing law. Has nothing to do with time. They can declare residency, especially if your son invited him in and they were living there. So she did have access to the property, and she's not going to be arrested. There's not going to be a break and enter here. This is not that kind of a robbery. This is just, I'll bet you they're telling you it's a civil matter, aren't they?
They are.
They're saying you're going to have to sue them. They're saying it's not a crime. And I can see, you know what? I know police do this a lot with these kinds of things, like especially when consumers put money down and the business never comes back. They don't call it a theft. They call it a civil problem. And there are some, thank goodness, some jurisdictions that actually arrest people. But Bela, they're not going to arrest. This is too muddy. Here's what they're saying. They're saying she was living with your son, with your ex, and with her son, and she now lives there, and she granted access to the other guy, so he didn't break in. And that's what they're going to say. They're going to say, as a result, stuff is missing. You're going to have to go after the mom or the guy that took the stuff. Now, the guy that took the stuff, he was the business partner, right? That makes it even more muddy. Was that the case?
Yes, 50% off.
Yeah, you're not gonna get the police to do anything. Did you call because you're trying to get the police to get off their duff and do something? Or did you call because, why? Why did you call? You need the police report? What do you need?
I just need guidance.
Okay.
They pretty much told me that my case went to the district attorney.
And he declined.
And he said that they can't do anything. Yep, it was declined. But there's firearms involved. They have 25 of our guns.
I understand, but it's not a theft. It's not a theft, Bela. They're saying that it's a civil dispute. This business partner is going to claim he has rights to this. The mom had access. She was living there. There is no crime in the eyes of police as far as they didn't go in and rob the place. They didn't break locks. They didn't break windows. They didn't. And the business partner is a business partner. There's a pre-existing condition. Bela, I am not saying, by the way, you didn't get ripped off. I believe you got ripped off, and I believe every word you're saying. You were ripped off. Unfortunately, in these cases like this, it's a gray area. Police will never get involved because they'd have to take a side. They'd have to decide in the field who's right, who's wrong. Is there a question of fact, or is it a foregone conclusion? And they're not going to do that. They're just not going to do it. So at this point, Bela, the only real avenue is civil court, is to sue that business partner.
Tom,
yes.
Bela, you could start some sort of action since they took 25 firearms that were registered in your husband's name. You could make call the ATF and file a claim against the firearms.
What claim?
Well, you just can't be taking someone's firearms, Tom, that are not registered. Yes,
he's going to say that he's his business partner and he owned them too. I mean,
I doubt it. They would be registered to one person.
Okay, Bo, are you saying that if a firearm is registered to a person, I can't own it?
Not without a proper background check and 4473.
In a private sale, if you wanted to give me a gun, I have to do a background check?
The law's changing. I don't know about the background check, but you do have to properly transfer it.
Okay, he's dead. He can't transfer it. They can take it and say, I'm in the process of transferring. What I'm saying, Bo, do you truly believe? Now, I'm not disputing. You know way more than I do. But are you truly saying that the ATF is going to say, wait a minute, you have 25 guns. Show me that you registered them. They might, but all the guy says is, I inherited these. My business partner died.
It would have to be just spelled out in a will or something, Tom?
No, of course not. Of course not. You think ATF is going to say, show me that will? Do you really believe?
I just don't think someone can come in and take your personal firearms without a proper background check and transfer.
Oh, I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong.
I'd like to check it out.
I think that someone can take your private firearms because they just did. Are you saying, is it illegal? It depends. If someone died and I believed that he left me those or he was my partner and I can claim I have an interest in those firearms, then all I have to do, I don't even know about registration. Are you required to register a firearm?
I respectfully disagree. I think they have to be properly transferred.
If the guy's dead, how do you transfer it? How do you transfer? The guy died. Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to get an expert on because here's what I think, and I think you can call ATF all you want. No one's going to do anything. Okay, it's just like any estate. Someone dies, right? They have firearms. Now, someone says, I inherited those firearms. Okay, who's going to do the transfer? There's no estate here. So this guy who's a business partner simply takes them. Now, does he have to register them? That is a totally separate issue. Bo, I'm not disputing with Bo that they might have to do paperwork, but no one can tell them, you can't take those guns. Bo, he's not a dealer. This guy is a private owner. If Marc Mager, my partner, if he was deceased and had guns and I went and took them and I said, I'm sorry, Suze, but he told me I could have them. Okay, that in itself is a civil matter at this point. And then what do I do with the guns? I don't even know.
Can we get Dan McKenzie on for this question, Tom? He
doesn't know about firearms. Bo's saying you can't take someone's firearms. Well, Bo, you can't take someone's anything. I mean, it's just like anything.
It's regulated by the government.
Okay. You can't take anything from anyone without proper authorization. Being a firearm is not special. It's not special. Now, here's what I want to know. Here's what I would like to know. Is it required that you register a firearm? First of all, I don't know. Is it like if you gave me a gun?
Yeah, you can't go anywhere and buy a gun without registering.
I understand that. Yeah. I'm talking about private people.
You mean person to person?
If you gave me a gun,
I understand you're supposed to still do it through a registered agent.
Okay, I don't know.
That is my understanding.
I know nothing about guns.
And a background check. I'd like to call the ATF during the break.
But if someone dies and I take their guns, I can tell you it is not proper if they weren't allowed to take the guns. But that's not an ATF issue. That is a civil matter. That has nothing to do with ATF. The point I'm making is they are making a claim on an estate. It has nothing to do with ATF. ATF comes afterwards. When you own guns, do you have to register them? I want to get someone familiar with guns on because really this comes down to an issue of inheriting. If this guy
it would be a great topic to just clear the air on it.
This guy in an estate, Bo, people inherit things or they take things. It happens every day.
Sure,
that's the civil matter. You're saying ATF would step in and demand that he put the guns back?
That they didn't need to be properly registered before he could take them. So in my opinion, I believe it's an illegal transfer.
Okay. So what? So then what? What? Tell me how that's going to help her. It's an illegal transfer.
What will
ATF do? You tell me, because you told her to call to get help. What will ATF do if it's an illegal transfer? Who says it's an illegal transfer? Who said? I mean, technically, all of the stuff they
Because,
took.
Tom, the person that took the guns, they're not in his name.
And what will happen? What will happen?
There'd be criminal. I don't know the actual criminal
I'll
penalties.
guarantee you they would do nothing.
Okay.
You call ATF and say a guy died and his business partner, do it properly, his business partner claimed ownership of those guns. I want to know what happens.
Okay, you may be right.
And I want to know. I have no idea. I want anyone familiar with guns to give us a call. I want to know about private sales. Do you have to register? Do you have to go through a background check? What do you do with a private sale? Can you give a gun away? If you do give a gun away, what happens? I'm way behind on brakes.
Well, that's good.
I mean, the fucking government, you can't get to do anything. And you think ATF's going to go in and arrest this guy?
I don't think
Are we
arrest
call her on?
It just gives her a start.
Let's really be real.
That's a good topic for the
Call ATF. Call the FBI.
Ask Chat GPT. That's
All
what I'm
right,
doing.
let's talk about Joe Lazzara. He's a criminal defense attorney, and he will give you free legal advice up front, no charge, then a flat rate if you decide to hire him. It's a risk-free phone call, 303-429-6200, 429-6200. Vestera Turnkey is a program that helps you become a landlord. They help you find properties, buy properties, rent properties, manage properties, maintain properties. They hold your hand through the whole process. VesteraTurnkey.com or MyBiggestReturn.com. I've done some houses with them. You can too. Find out more, MyBiggestReturn.com.
Sure, it's a garage, but the garage is my...
Would you call ATF?
You bet.
And ask them if they'll arrest him?
Not
for an
arrest him,
illegal
but I bet
transfer?
it's a crime.
Well,
Don't
tell-
can
what are
I
they
go
gonna do?
during the break and call him?
Yeah, I want you to call them and see what they're going to do.
gonna go
You
do
said
it.
they're going to help her. I want to know what they're
Nice,
going
Bo.
to do.
Give him a call.
I want to know what are they going to do.
You're going to be on hold for an hour.
Are they going to go?
I know an agent.
Oh no, no,
Real
don't do
quick,
that
the
again.
guns were
Damn,
taken by the
you know,
parents,
I don't-
not
I think
the
I got
business
a buddy.
partner.
So according to Chat,
Normally
they say
Suze
even
would be
if it's
listening to
between
you, but I
family
don't know if
members,
she is.
you have to go through an FFL.
Suze!
Well, that's fine.
Just according to
I mean,
Chat.
that's fine. I'm not disputing that. But what is ATF going to do is what I want to know.
Right,
Your fella
right.
has some
They should
stuff.
It might be an illegal transfer,
The
but
parents
so
took
is
the
anything
guns.
he took. What I'm
What's
saying
that?
is
The parents
police
took
are not
the
gonna
guns.
get
It wasn't the
involved, and
business
ATF's
partner.
not
It was
gonna
the
get involved.
parents.
Oh,
Unless-
and Tommy, just to clarify, the parents took the guns, not the business partner.
Well, whoever took them.
yeah, I missed the call because I was in the
They're
middle
just-
of my
whoever
life.
took them, the family took them. Okay, now the family can simply say we haven't gotten around to registering him yet. He just died. What would they do? Are they going to arrest?
Just
I want to
go during
know
the break?
exactly what they're going to do.
Okay, I'm gonna call right now.
I'll tell you, they're going to do nothing. Just like the police didn't do anything. That was an illegal transfer. I believe, just for the record,
Because
everything was an illegal transfer.
The cops didn't do anything because the business partner had some sort of commingling ownership.
Okay, so if the family took the
I just
guns,
found out
they're
when
saying,
I was on break, so.
Mike's son died, I took his guns, I took his furniture, I took his washing machine. Okay, now
You very
what?
well may be right, but I just
No.
disagree.
I mean, what happens when I'm asking? Someone dies and they have got firearms. Where do they go when he dies? Do they sit in the house? Do they go in a safe? What does the ATF really get involved?
Tom, I do not know.
The answer is they don't. The answer is, do you really fucking believe the ATF, when someone dies, is going to take possession of guns and make sure they go through the proper process?
Hey, Tom.
I just think they can if they're not illegal.
Sometimes it doesn't work. I mean, even for me when I try
Well,
to.
I'm sure they can. I'm asking you, what will they do?
Try. Okay.
Are they going to say, okay, people, your son died. Listen, you took his guns. That's illegal. Why is it illegal? Why is it illegal? If my son died and I took his guns, why is that illegal?
It'd be like taking a car.
Well,
You could be taking a
okay,
car without
so-
transferring a title, but that's not a criminal aspect.
But in an estate, if I took my son's car, okay, I'm going to get it registered. Where's the criminal act? Where is the
that was a
criminal
bad
act?
example. Car's not a criminal.
It's a civil matter, is what I'm telling you.
Yeah, I just think
he took
firearms
the
are-
fucking guns. She's claiming that they don't own them. He's claiming he does. Okay, or the family says, I own these guns. So what do they have to do now? Register them? Okay. If they register them, oh, fine. I mean, you got two things. You got registration and you have ownership.
Right. Okay. I want to call, but I want to hang out and listen to see if anyone calls in about it.
By the way, they said there was no sound on.
I got it all handled. It took me a minute.
What was it?
I was on the wrong access. Access 5 is gone right now, so I had to figure all that out. And Mark's on a boat.
And you did it remotely into the laptop. I'm glad that laptop was up and running.
Yeah.
This Bela's still up.
MCAT, call into the show if you just settled in a state with guns and everything.
What's that?
Oh, a YouTubey. I was telling a YouTubey to call into the show.
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be good. I want to listen.
I love how Chopper calls you Bo Poo.
Yeah, that's kind of degrading. I know what he means, but he wants it to come across as poop.
I think it's like Pookie, like Marky Poo. Like, I think it's more endearing.
Okay.
He can't hear you. What can I tell him?
I can't hear shit.
Go in there and get yelled at.
Yeah, welcome.
You said you were going to come in here and get yelled at.
Is he yelling at me?
No, we've all been yelling at you.
I didn't hear. That's good.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. RenewHomeInnovations.com, the guaranteed lowest price for your furnace replacement, 303-904-2000. Remember that. Or AC, guaranteed lowest price. RenewHomeInnovations.com. Get your air conditioner lowest price. Now, let me just put this out there. We have an estate, basically, for lack of a better term. It's an estate. The guy died. Now the guy has various property. This is an estate issue. Who has rights to that property? Without a will, there is his ex-wife, maybe his mother. I don't know. That's not the issue. Whenever someone dies, they have an estate. Taking stuff from that estate, no matter what it is, when you're not supposed to, is wrong. It's wrong. Will they arrest you? No. If my brother died, if my mother died, if a relative or even a friend dies, and I go and help myself to stuff, we've had these problems hundreds of times. If I help myself to their stuff, the family raises hell and they sue me or they come after me in court. No police officer is going to say, bring this stuff back. They're not going to do that. Okay, now let's say it's an estate issue, and in addition to the artwork and the other stuff, the furniture and the television, they own guns. Taking those guns is also wrong. I'm not saying it's right. It's wrong. Taking anything from the estate when you do not have authorization is wrong. Now, once you take the guns, what are you supposed to do? I don't know, because it's been so long. Do you register guns? Do you have to go through a transfer? Maybe you do. But what happens while you're waiting? Let's just say I was legally given these guns. Okay, what do I do? Who takes the guns? Are you saying I'm not allowed to take them, bring them home, and fill out the paperwork afterwards? Do they have to go somewhere? See, what I'm saying, Bo, is when you tell her to call ATF, what is ATF going to do? ATF's going to say, wait a minute, somebody took guns
without the proper background check and legal transfer.
That's right.
That's what they're going to say.
Oh, okay, hold on.
It's illegal.
Okay, no, wait. Okay. So what are they going to do? What are they going to do? If
they could come out.
If I inherited from Marc Mager his guns, okay, there's no one else around. What do I do with those guns? Are you saying that I have to put them somewhere until I do a background check?
You basically, Tom, in my opinion, you're not supposed to take possession of them till the ATF.
Then what? Okay, so who is going to enforce that?
That's what the ATF is for.
Where do the guns go while I'm waiting?
They're supposed to stay with the deceased person's next of kin, or...
Well, wait, no. Why would it stay with the next of kin? They're not background checked. Why can they take possession?
Tom, I'll tell you. I think
that's what I'm saying.
I think family members direct of kin may be exempt.
Who told you that? You're telling me now you're making it up. Now you're saying... Now you're saying, but family members are exempt. Who says that? I'm asking you. I'm not trying to fight with you.
I know you're not trying to
We're
fight.
on a radio show giving out advice, and we're telling someone to call ATF.
And I need facts, and I would like to call the ATF during the break.
I want
and find
a
out.
gun expert to tell me what happens. Okay, you inherited guns. Are you allowed to take those guns? If not, where do they go? Let's say someone died and they have no other relatives and they left me guns. What do I do with the guns? Do I have to put them in a safe somewhere? Do the police take them? Kelly, you have a comment. Go ahead, Kelly. If I inherit guns...
Tom.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Tom, in the state of Colorado, I am a gun owner. I'm not a gun expert, but I own mini guns.
Okay.
If I die,
right,
they can't go to my kids without being transferred through the ATF in the state of Colorado.
Okay.
If you just take them and you have guns, say, and you die, and somebody comes to an estate sale and takes those guns, if they get caught, the ATF, there's very stiff penalties.
Kelly, here's what I'm asking, Kelly. Here's what I'm asking. If someone dies, they're all alone, and a friend of mine dies, no next of kin, no one, and I inherit those guns. I can't take them and go through the proper channels after that. Where do the guns go while I'm waiting for that? I'm asking a question. If I take them home, am I breaking the law if I take them home?
In the state of Colorado, you are.
Okay. Will they arrest me for that? Because then let's get him arrested.
I don't know if they'll arrest you. I don't know. They go to it's called the gun crusher, the FBI in the state of,
so will the FBI hold them while I'm getting will the FBI hold them while I'm doing the paperwork if I inherit guns? I want to know if anyone's ever inherited guns. I swear to God, that's what the issue is right now. If I inherited guns, because this guy's going to claim he inherited them. He's not going to claim I just took them. Okay, so that's not the issue. The theft is totally separate from the gun ownership. So the question is this. If you inherit guns, what happens? The guy's dead. I inherited. I claim he said I could have his guns. What happens? Will the ATF step in? Bo, maybe we can get the guy arrested on the ATF matter. Maybe I'd
like to get someone will call in and explain it better than I can.
He just explained that you have to have it transferred, didn't he say?
I totally agree with that.
Okay, but if someone's dead, how do you transfer him? And where do the guns go?
Supposed to be through a will or through an estate.
Where do the guns go while I'm waiting?
Well, because they stay in the home.
Well,
I mean, I understand
purposes. Okay, let's say he has an apartment. I really want to know because this issue has never come up. I have never had this issue ever. And if this is the hook it takes to help her, let's do it.
That's what I want to do. I want to explore this if she can get a crutch to go after these people for the other issues.
Because if she goes after him for the guns, I say the family took the guns. People, I know out there's someone who inherited guns at some point in their lives, or someone. What do you do when someone leaves you guns, or there are guns in the estate and there's no will? What happens? And by the way, in a private sale, I don't know this either, but Mark, you're saying that if you wanted to sell me a gun, we have to go to a dealer and have them do it, right? You can't do these private sales person to person.
You're not supposed to.
Well, yeah, right. So you go to a licensed dealer and then they do the transfer.
Yeah, I think it's $15.
Do they do a background check?
Yes, it's all part of it.
Okay, so even private sales have to have a background check.
That is correct.
All right, we got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
You know what's even wilder? You got your 3-day thing.
Yeah, or longer.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happens in an estate.
Oh boy, yeah.
I don't know either, Tom.
It was like my dad.
Tell him this. Tell him a guy died and his family took the guns, and the guy's wife says, wants to know if they broke the law. They took the guns.
Oh, Deputy D's going to chime in.
Now, by the way, I don't care about the part about the whether he had a right or not, because he's going to claim he had. That's a civil matter.
Right.
I want to know about the gun problem. Is that breaking the law, and will they arrest him for it? And if they will, let's turn him in. Get him arrested, for God's sakes. That could be a hook.
I'm going to call during the top of the hour break.
No break, no lives.
custom blinds at a retail store.
Does it not say Euro? What happened?
No.
Did it not say it?
So what is it, Euro?
We measure homes.
It doesn't say Euro?
I'll put Euro.
I can't
What
hear.
else?
I can't
It's
hear.
Euro.
Guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
Ben, I'm happy to tell you about the.
I see it now.
I put it up. I just put it up.
Yeah.
Because he,
Okay, it wasn't there. That's why I couldn't.
No, understood. I wonder about that. Thank you.
Check for $5,000. And the good news, he puts that in writing. He can make that
All right.
guarantee because he spends tens of.
Sorry, Shannon, did I?
No, what's going on?
Right now, he
I was just saying, I watched this.
You got some good radio going on.
He just doesn't have enough houses. So if you have a house, Troy might have that perfect buyer for you right now. Give him a call, 720-900-4433. Let me give you a story. Just last week, Troy listed a house that was on the market for almost a month. You know what? Troy sold it for full price in less than a week. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy will buy your house for all cash. And it can close in as little as 7 days. Call Troy and get your home sold for the most money. 720-900-4433. Again, that's 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford with RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions apply.
You want the guaranteed lowest price for plumbing? EuroPlumbingColorado.com. Water heaters. I'm telling you, they do a great deal on water heaters, and they're tankless experts too. A water heater, listen to this. $14.99 fully installed. They can also repipe your entire house with PEX if you're in that stage where you need to repipe. Never have a problem again with plumbing if you do PEX. It's a lifetime plumbing, freeze resistant or freeze proof really, and never pinhole leaks or anything to worry about. They also do garbage disposal, sump pumps, anything plumbing. The best price is guaranteed. EuroPlumbingColorado.com. Do you hear what I said? The lowest price is guaranteed. 720-500-3000. 720-500-3000.
Playing golf every day, he could because of his severe knee pain. But the groundbreaking regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics changed everything for Patrick.
I've never once had a question about guns being inherited, ever, and what you do.
You don't think Dan McKenzie would know about that?
You know what?
I don't think so.
Okay, let's try. Let's say we can always ask him. Let's just ask him.
Ask him if he knows about inheriting guns in an estate.
Yeah, if someone has an estate and there are guns in it, does he know what the proper procedure is?
And if he does ask, tell him we want him on. If he doesn't, we won't have him on.
Well, what if the person's not dead? Like my dad's still living. He was a cop. He gave me his freaking.
Okay, that's what
gave me a gun.
Well, he said you were supposed to go to a.
I didn't.
But I bet you his isn't registered. It's been
He was a cop.
So
if it's unregistered,
a long time ago.
Yeah, 30 years ago.
No, yeah, they didn't have this back then.
That was in Texas. Too,
But
so.
you're telling me now every single gun has a registration like a car.
It changed a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
Every gun.
this is. I mean, ever since I started buying guns, I know it's been around, but
What does that
It's
mean?
private track.
Fix it 30. Oh, fix it.
Fuck it. Fuck at 30.
what about? Didn't you guys used to have a sponsor that was some kind of shooting range?
Yeah, I was trying to read him. He didn't answer
we
me.
need to get Bela though. If ATF will do something, we need to. Maybe you could just ask him. Call ATF and say, "Look, there's a case where some people, family members, took guns from the estate.
I want to do it. You want me to just go do it
let's
right
just
now?
do it. Just try to find out if they'll go after him.
I might
if
see if they can get him on the air, too, to talk about
Well, if they'll go after him, though, then the problem is solved. If they will go after him on the guns.
Go make that call and sip some port.
I wonder, did Bela say who took the guns?
Go pee, too.
I did not hear. Her parents took the guns.
Okay.
What's that?
Okay, Bo, his parents took the guns. So their son died, and they took the guns.
The parents took them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And see if they broke the law. Don't get into the will thing. Just say there was no
or the estate.
But we're not talking about the estate. We're talking about the guns. What were they supposed to do with the guns if they can't take them?
And the parents took them.
That's what Axe said. Yes.
And I don't think that matters if you take shit from an estate. No, but I have I have this thing about where do they go in the meantime? You know what I'm saying?
Right, who holds them? Yeah.
Not everybody
Somebody
has
on YouTube, Big Bear flooring guy, Robert.
Yeah.
He said that the dealer holds those guns until
What
the
dealer?
transfer.
Okay, so
a
we
gun
pick a
dealer.
dealer.
During your 3-day wait.
Yeah, he holds the guns
I
while they're being
understand when you go to
transferred.
buy,
Yep.
but if my brother dies and I say I want his guns, where do they go then? I mean, he dies. He's in an apartment.
Yeah, you have lag time between.
Yeah, where are they?
Yeah.
If I can't take them and at least put them away and wait for the paperwork, who takes them and holds them for me? There's got to be people who've gone through this. Okay. Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. Okay, I want to go to Deputy D real quick, and we're really narrowing this down to a couple things. Okay, you have a state law that's totally separate. But what I'm really asking is this. This is really the hang up. If guns are left to you, right? Let's say someone has an apartment or a house and they leave you guns. Now, his parents took the guns. So if you are, do you have to put those guns with a dealer until you transfer them? Or do you have to put them in storage somewhere? Do you call the police? I've never had this happen before on the show. We've never had a question about guns in an estate. Deputy D, go ahead.
Hey, Tom, it's actually really, really simple, and there was some disinformation in the previous
Just tell
discussion.
us. Just tell us.
My information comes directly from the CBI website, the Starr Bureau of Investigation.
Excellent.
So here's what's going on. If you inherit guns, by Colorado law, you are exempt from a background check if you are immediate family. An immediate family is defined as spouse, parent, children, siblings, grandparents, grandchildren, nieces,
Bo
nephews,
said
first
that.
cousin, aunts and uncles.
Bo said family members are exempt. He said maybe. And he said, yeah, I think they are. So he had that right now. Here's what I want to know. Let's just say there's no will or anything and the parents take the guns. Those parents right now, let's help Bayla. Her in-laws took those guns. Is there anything they did illegally by taking those guns? I'm not talking about the estate part of it. I'm talking about the gun part of it.
Okay, so possibly here are the two details that need to be addressed. If the people who took the guns are prohibited persons, defined as those who are not allowed to own guns, under either state or federal law, then they cannot take them even if they are immediate family.
Okay.
Now, in-laws do not count. However, it's her in-laws, and if it was their child's guns that they took, those do count as immediate family.
Okay, now let's say it wasn't the parents, because it was his parents who took them. Let's say his business partner took the guns. What would happen then? And would he immediately have to get those registered, or what happens? I have a business partner. He lives in an apartment. He owns a couple guns. He dies, and I go and take them. What do I have to do?
Yeah, that's super simple. So if you're not immediate family, those transfers have to go through a gun dealer.
Okay, so I go get the guns. I go get the guns and I take them to the store?
No, you can't take possession of them unless they're transferred to you. So you got two options. You can either leave them behind. If the apartment is secured, you can leave them there, and then you can arrange for the gun dealer to come over, pick them up. They're the only ones who are allowed to be in possession of guns that haven't been transferred.
So I say, wait a minute. I just inherited 5 guns. Can you go pick them up for me, and I'll go through I'll have you do the transfer.
Yeah, most likely they'll tell you just to bring him in and take that chance.
That sounds very, very logical that somebody takes possession of those guns. But do you think the ATF would ever get involved? Would they go after a guy that took the guns?
No, ATF has nothing to do with transfers of what's called non-class 3 guns.
Okay.
So the only time the ATF gets involved is with machine guns, silencers, short barrel rifles, the really highly regulated stuff like grenades.
Deputy D, you cleared things up a lot. So basically, if there are guns in an estate, Mark, you were talking about that. You said you have to go through a dealer. You're absolutely right. So in an estate, you would probably contact a dealer and say, look, there are guns in this estate, and I want to have them transferred to me. So the gun dealer probably charges for that, obviously, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they charge to go to somebody's house and pick them up.
So that makes sense. You go to a gun dealer and ask them to put them in custody for a while. I wonder how old those firearms are. Didn't you say if they're really old?
I didn't hear.
Oh, I thought you said to Matt if they're really old.
Oh, his dad's.
Yeah, well, what if these guns are old? Do you think it matters if they're old or new?
Then there's nothing.
When did the registration start?
It's a good question.
I didn't know. So every gun has a registration. Wow, like a car.
Yeah, pretty much. Wow. It's in the system.
Wow. Yeah. So then they know who owns that gun. So if I have a gun in my house, let's say, or a gun somewhere, can the cops ask to see the registration?
There's not. You don't get a registration like that.
It's just in a database.
Fix It 24/7. This is the company you want for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Why? The name says it all. They try to fix things instead of just replacing them. They want to help you keep your things longer, but they'll do free second opinions if you do, or if you are told you need something. But here's the bottom line. Right now, get your AC ready for the heat. Get it ready for just $39 for a complete refurbishment. I mean, they lay out the parts. They clean every nook and cranny. They add life and efficiency to your AC with a no breakdown guarantee. That's Fix It 24/7. Go to their website, fixmyhome.com. There's a button there, book now. Fixmyhome.com, book now. So the next button's working, right? When I hit it, okay, good.
Hang on 1 second.
You don't get a piece of paper saying this is registered.
Okay.
You're just going through a background check, and the government
in
knows.
the sky somewhere, there's a record of that gun.
Yeah, the serial number.
The government knows you own this gun.
Okay. And so, like with Charlie Kirk, that gun, when they found, did they find
it? Was an old gun. Yeah.
They found the gun,
and they know who owned it.
Yeah, but I think
I don't know if it was registered to him though.
Yeah, because it was his father's gun that he took. So
it's been so long since I owned a gun. So long.
I have way too many.
I mean,
just buy 2 more.
Mine were taken.
Oh, yours were taken?
During I had a really nice collection of guns. I did target shooting. And during my divorce sometime, stuff just disappeared.
Really?
Stuff just disappeared.
Wow.
I had a $5,000 power washer. I think friends, they were not really friends. I think when we had our stuff in the garage and we were dividing everything up, I think friends just added themselves to it.
Oh, horrible.
My ex didn't get them. I mean, so I think
I don't think they were friends then.
No, I know that.
You wanted to hold Bayla while we were figuring it out. Hey, Axe, just tell Bayla we're working on getting her some answers and to hang tight.
Get a guy arrested.
Is your wife shot?
Did you see my text, Suze?
Yep. The Kimber.
I'm sorry, no, I
No,
didn't.
you're okay.
That's a good little gun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, is that for you?
It's for the guy on 6. I
Yeah,
forgot his name. It's one of our.
Everything must go through a dealer. Everything,
Jones.
even private sales. So at these flea market, what do they call them? The gun shows.
It's John with Integra.
Okay. We generally don't just hand out emails, but that's just fine, and I'm going to text that to you right now.
Okay, thank you.
FFL at the gun shows, the Tanner gun shows.
Awesome. I'm so sorry for.
You can wait till the gun show comes back in town because you have to wait 3 days. You can wait till the gun show come back in town and pick up your gun then, or they will mail it to you. Or they can transfer.
What's just the 3 days for?
I'm sorry, they don't
background check.
Background check.
And that timeline changes. It can be. I've had it be an hour.
Oh,
but it's 3 days now. That's
okay.
State
So
law.
But there's a still cooling off period, even if the background goes through right away.
Well,
Can you take it right away, or do you have to wait the 3 days?
So you're right. The background check. I mean, you don't know the results, but then 3 days later they're going to call you.
But is there definitely a 3 day?
Yep.
Even if the background check comes back in an hour,
no problem. You got to wait 3 days.
Okay, got. And
I sent it to you, Axe.
Is that kind of like a cooling off period?
Yeah. See, if you're hot-headed and freaking out, you can't just go grab a gun. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that law's good.
I like that law. Yeah.
I don't like laws, but I think that's a good law. So
why would anybody be bothered by it, right? I mean,
so now if you buy it at a gun show, you can have it shipped to a store that has FFL and then pick it up there. You're just going to pay for shipping and you're going to pay that store for a transfer.
And those stores are everywhere.
Everywhere. Almost every gun store. So, whether it's Walmart or Shields or Big R or whoever.
Or Dan's Guns.
Right. Or mom and pop shops.
There used to be way more gun shops than there are now.
I mean, Shields just had Shields has a sale every March.
Oh, I love their gun selection. Man.
That's why I just bought 2 there.
Walmart used to sell. Do they?
They still do.
They sell rifles.
Yeah.
No handguns. BB guns.
They sell like Henry 22s.
Yep. Yeah, the rifles. Yeah.
How's life, Suze?
Good. Our son just bought one of those Glocks or something.
Yeah.
Did you see it while you were up there?
No, that was best we
I
did.
heard his place was a shit show. Let me tell you, he's getting a talking to in Florida this week. Just so you, I was like, oh my God.
I told him the kind of money he's making, you should hire a maid.
Yeah, he should. Oh, I told him that too.
And Mark said, yeah, you said that. Why not? Makes your life better.
It does.
Yeah.
Because he's a 25-year-old single idiot.
He hires a maid, you'll be a grandma before you know it.
Have a clean house.
What's that?
$50 a week, and
You're not pushing the right button.
Yeah. 20,
Can you show him offline?
Hi, Tom Martino here. By the way, DenverRegen.com. DenverRegen.com for stem cell therapy. They do a great job. Try them if you're having pain. They'll be honest with you on what they can do. DenverRegen.com. Okay, so what we're trying to do is figure out if we can get his parents in trouble for taking the guns, because Bela says, they shouldn't have taken all his stuff. And we're trying to help her through any angle we can. Now, they took way more than guns. In an estate, this happens so much where family members or friends, things start disappearing. I swear to God, they're like vultures, man. They really are. When you go through stuff like that, it's amazing how many calls, Suze, have we had through the years of people saying they went in and took all the stuff. I mean, parents, friends, cousins.
That's right.
I mean, Bela, this happens so much where people come in like vultures. But I want to ask a few very important questions. Were you still legally married to this person?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And there was no will. Is that right?
That's correct.
Then you should have gotten everything. That is the automatic rule. You would get everything, and you would have not a criminal case, but a civil case against these people. Now, had you taken possession of the stuff and then they took it, that could be a crime. But right now, they don't have a leg to stand on. How much stuff did they actually take out of the estate?
A lot of things. I'd say about $80,000 worth of items.
Oh my God! You need to talk to an attorney. I wonder if Dan McKenzie could handle this. Oh, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I do have a probate attorney. I just feel that it's just being drug out, and we're waiting for the court to set some dates.
By the way, for those listening, go ahead. For
4 months, and I haven't had a court date set.
Okay, all right. So the court date is to decide the ownership rights of all this stuff?
Well, that actually involves the 50% share that is owed to the estate from the oil company.
Now, the 50% meaning his partner and him, they owned a oil company, and you did not get your ex's half yet?
No, they cut the business partner cut me out of the bank accounts, and
you know what?
I'm no longer receiving income.
You're going to win if your husband owned 50% of that oil company, then you own it. And if he had guns, they're your guns. Of course, we just heard you have to have them properly transferred, so he has them. So bottom line is, you have ownership of everything this guy had. Because you were legally married at the time and there was no will. By the way, I'd like to know, is your estate attorney telling you the same thing, Bela, that you have a legal right to all of that, right?
Correct, but unfortunately, because I was cut off from the income from my business, I don't even know how I could pay to my mortgage and to survive for very long.
Well, how was it working? Was your ex voluntarily paying you something, or was there an arrangement there? You were not. Oh no, you had just left him. I'm sorry. So it was so new, you didn't have a chance to work that out.
Correct.
Okay, hold on a sec. We'll find out. Dan McKenzie, I would like to see if we can get him on. Did you call him? Yeah, if you could. That might help. Anyway, off to a flying start. Bottom line is this. with estates, the first thing you should do is have a will, for God's sakes. I mean, that takes that clears up a lot of stuff. And you should put it with more than one person to make sure that someone doesn't say, well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't say that. Yes, it does. Don't ever let one person have a will. Have more than one person hold that will. And people that are not necessarily together, like give it to people who are separate or maybe even don't even know each other, or they're not really common comrades. Just give them the will to hold, so you have the will and you have witnesses. The other one is if you have a trust, you want to have a trustee and a backup trustee as well. And those should be two separate parties that don't know each other. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Your calls at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Okay, you have to go offline to hear Shannon, and just so you know. Yeah, you got to switch the button there.
Oh, really? You can't be on
PGM and offline. So if you want to, that's why you couldn't hear him.
But
that's
if I'm on
through your
offline,
headphones.
okay. If I'm on,
we got Dan McKenzie, by the way.
Sweeto.
And when you're monitoring offline, you can hear us talk this way.
Yeah. So it used to be, though, you could talk to me on program, right? Or not? Never?
Well, I can press a button.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it. All right.
Need a whole house repipe or a water heater? Euro Plumbing delivers the lowest prices hands down. Water heaters installed starting at $14.99. Expert repair.
Bottom of my ass.
All right. Rock bottom pricing. 3 estimates, no gimmicks, just great service and savings.
Hail this year? God, I hope so. Starting to pick up some work in Missouri. Here and there. Get some.
I can't believe he does water heaters for $14.99. That's incredible.
I like Dimitar. He's a nice guy.
They got hail in Kansas City. Big. Really big. What is I'm too old to go chase. Well, and that's the thing, man. The hotel life. And you'd have to be there for 6 months. I know Dave and we used to talk about doing it.
You guys, I have a wedding to plan.
Yes, congratulations.
Really? Do tell.
I'll show.
All right.
Yes.
When is it going to be?
Next July or August of 2027.
Enough time to save up for it?
My daughter.
How long ago?
They just got engaged on the 14th. Anyway, there's some clock tower thing on 16th Street Mall. I don't know anything about it. He reserved the whole spot to propose to her.
Well, she's having a big year. She's got set up as an attorney, right?
Yeah, and he's an attorney as well. He represents the insured.
That's great. Congratulations.
Yeah. Oh, here's the big picture. Got it all. He did all this.
Where do they want to do the wedding?
We're touring some venues, and she wants mountains.
Yeah.
She wants a place with lodging and water. And Stanley Hotel? Oh, interesting. We are going to Estes Park. She's going to tour 3 or 4 there. Anyway.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Is that what those... Is that what the Mormon kids do in bed, but they're not actually humping?
You and Natalie?
Yeah, it was our friend's wedding.
But that's
daughter's wedding.
Park City, where's that? Is that Utah?
It was such an amazing setting. There's hotels all over.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to play guitar bass.
Oh my God! I didn't.
Yeah, we're
just got back from the bathroom.
I'm excited. Dad's excited. Dad likes him a lot.
Did they pick a venue?
We're getting ready to start touring. Because she's not getting married for a year. She's next summer. She's getting, not this coming summer.
So fast.
Oh, God, yes.
No, really.
She's got to pick that. She's already got her colors picked out.
Watched it.
Are you looking in Colorado or just
Colorado? I think there's a small. He's from Casper.
He does too.
I think there's a small possibility it might end up at a
for when
ranch
he
in Wyo, but if I had to guess, I think it's going to stay in the mountains.
Metallica or somebody?
So
there was tryouts.
Anyway, it's exciting.
That's great.
Yeah.
You suck. Get out.
Does she want big, small, medium, large? What does she want?
Well, at first they wanted to try to pay for it themselves, and they were like, "You were like super
gotten
special
better
to make the
since
list." I'm surprised I was even making it. Then they realized they can't buy a house, pay for the wedding of her dreams, so I got my job back. I'm sure Mark's thrilled.
but as far as them, like just
They
their
want
normal
100 or
prep-
less.
Okay, yeah,
100's going to be the max.
Yeah, that's considered medium.
Medium, yeah. Oh, yeah. A large wedding.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be that many.
Out of the big
Mark had his way to be at Buc-ee's.
Family Guy.
He like serve 3 meat sandwiches.
Beaver nuggets.
Yes.
I've never stepped foot in a Buc-ee's.
Oh, Tommy, you're missing out. Take the road trip up there.
Where is it?
It's up by Greeley. Take Johnstown. Take the road trip. It's so
Well,
fun.
hell, there's gonna
That's
be
the only one in Colorado right now.
Yeah.
There's going to be one another.
But I'll go there. I mean, is it worth when you walk in? Does they sell
Maybe.
Willy
Yeah.
You could buy a grill in there.
I'm wondering.
The food is
Now the
great.
original,
amazing.
the old one.
With the not
Yeah.
the
But the
brisket
one, the Palmer
sandwich,
Lake
they're
one,
cutting the brisket right there.
Matt, the
Yeah.
Palmer Lake one
that's
got
the-
canned.
You know that the
That's
kids.
not happening.
Oh, it's not.
That's my
bad
understanding,
stuff
unless I saw
happens to
fake
them and they don't
news.
get to-
I think that one got canned.
I mean, they're done.
I saw
The
an article
chocolate,
today that
they're
Well,
provided my DU
stuck in the
right
whatever,
there in
they're
that
fat now, they
intersection,
can't
which
go on.
There is a big.
There is?
Yeah, there's a
Family.
Those
big
Tommy,
is it?
those
How-
Palmer
how
Lake
big
people
are they?
were.
Are they bigger
were
than
fighting.
a super Walmart? Are they bigger?
No.
Oh, they're close though. They're
They're
huge.
probably like a
30,000 square foot.
What's his name?
I
Giggity
can't.
Giggity.
Oh, Quagmire.
Quagmire.
It's the biggest convenience store. It's amazing.
And
All the food, all
but
the
it's not a
gadgets.
truck stop,
right?
It's
trucks.
literally not a truck
The
stop.
tour
Cannot
starts
bring a
at-
truck.
But they probably have 100
So
gas
what is it?
pumps.
What is it? Just
Hey,
like
how am I
is
gonna
it
get in? And they
a
go,
destination
"Oh,
place,
here's
or is it a
where
travel
you can."
center?
It's a travel center, but
It's for people.
I mean,
So where is it located? Right on
Johnstown,
I-25?
right off the highway.
So when
God,
people are
no,
traveling, they would
something
stop
like
there.
Oh, yeah. And the kids love it.
Yeah.
You know, they got a
It's
mascot.
so fun,
Get
Tom.
over how awesome.
You know, you were right about
it is
family.
that they're hammering
Immediate
something
family
with
are
wheel
exempted
chair.
from any. They
Not
can
being able
take
to go in.
possession.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Savvy. I think she's touring Delaterra in Estes. Let me look.
We talked about that on the air. One guy said he was a dealer, and he said
A family member's exempt.
Yeah, they have a lot
immediate
of-
family can take the guns.
Exempt from
But he-
the background check.
Well, yeah, he said they're exempt. Oh no, that was D that said that. D looked up the law. He also said that what happens is if there's guns in an estate, you're supposed to let a dealer take possession of them while you do the transfer.
It really is.
And I talked to a gun shop owner, that Dimitri.
I've been around him a couple of times. He came in.
That's going to be too late tomorrow.
Okay.
The voice of
Yeah.
But
I do have a little more additional information. That's
Okay,
basically
good. Well,
what you
well,
said.
ATF, did you get through to
I
ATF?
talked to an agent friend of mine into the public affairs office to see if they would.
Oh, I know.
Actually, it's not. It's out the window now. Anyway,
Okay.
because parents took
Yeah.
it, so we can't get anybody arrested because the parents took it, and the parents are allowed to. Well,
The parents, if they're related to the guy that committed
Yeah,
suicide,
that-
he can legally have them.
yeah,
I
that's
mean, the
his name,
parents.
yeah, the
So
parents.
it's kind of a moot point.
But they belong to the wife still because they're still
But
married.
I don't know
brought
why
it
would
up.
they be exempt from the transfer then. They're exempt from the transfer.
You know, that's true. The wife may be more of a next of kin than in-law.
Suze, can you hear me?
Yes.
Were you saying
Well,
you didn't know
by
about the
law,
DNF
she
tower
should have
downtown?
everything because he had no will, and she
So
was
what?
still
You're
she was still
absolutely
married
tower.
to
You
him.
said
You're
something
absolutely
about
right.
a clock tower.
Yeah, that's where Adeline was proposed to. I just had never heard of
Technically,
it
I don't
until
think they
she got
should have
proposed to
taken it.
there.
We'll find out.
You and Mark are
Call over
so
with.
No, it's statewide.
you know so
absolutely.
much about so many things, but then when
Absolutely
there's
not.
something you don't know,
Statewide.
I'm just like,
She
holy
was in
You shake your head at us. Like, how do they not know about that place?
It's, it predates us by like 100 years, and it's a huge part of
Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. What's going on in your life? How can we help you? Give us a call, 24/7, 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Or you can call 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I have some guests with me. Genesis Total Exteriors, Mark Szymanski. Also, we have Paragon Services, a public adjuster, Matt Stanford. And we started out the show, we were talking about an estate. And what happened was a guy committed suicide. He was still legally married to Bela, but Bela was not living there at the time. She had just left him. The parents went in and cleaned out the place. Now, I got an email from a guy who says I'm all wrong, that if it didn't go through probate or it didn't go through, they didn't open probate, that anybody who takes anything, it's theft. Well, I beg to differ. We've had this no less than 100 times where people die and other friends and relatives go in and take things and the police won't get involved. They absolutely, positively will not take sides and not get involved. It doesn't matter. If there's no will, if there's no probate, if there's nothing, if someone goes into that house and takes that stuff, as long as they don't break in, if they take that stuff, if they have access, they can take whatever they want. It's not right, but the police will never arrest them. They'll say it is a civil matter every time. So you're not going to get law enforcement to help here, but you can probably get someone to help. Dan McKenzie is an attorney at law, McKenzie Law, and I'll tell you how to get in touch with them right after this, because I'm using him for my estate plan as well, and they do a great job. And if Dan, a quick question for you: have you ever had an estate leave guns to people?
Yeah, that's a very common request. Yes.
Okay, what happens when guns are left to someone if they're not immediate family? What's the procedure?
You do have to be careful about transferring guns. If a lot of times we'll transfer them through a dealer, licensed dealer. Okay, you can't just hand your guns out to people without necessary.
Right. Where do the guns stay? Who takes custody of the guns while you're waiting for all this?
Yeah, I mean that is a tricky issue because you can't leave them unsecured. Yeah. The personal representative probably can do that in most cases, but it should be, again, with to secure them and keep them separate. A personal representative is always obligated to keep estate property separate from their own stuff. So it would need to be usually secured in some sort of safe type thing. But getting it figured out probably with a licensed dealer is a urgent thing to do.
Yeah, one Deputy D said the best course of action would be call a dealer, ask them to help you with the transfer, and if they can pick up the guns and keep them while this is being done, that would be the safest thing. Dan, on another matter, we hear this all the time with estates, all the time. People go in and start helping themselves. It could be your daughter, your niece, or the deceased daughter, niece, cousin, next door neighbor, caretaker, parent. It could be anyone. They start helping themselves. So my question is very simple. It's wrong. If they're, obviously it's wrong, but what do you do? What do you do if people are raping and pillaging the estate? What does Bela do? The parents cleaned out about $80,000 worth of property. What does she do?
So I got to be careful about commenting on this case because I've been involved in this as counsel. But I will specifically or more generally tell you that, when there is a personal representative, obviously part of their job is to secure the property.
But if there is no will and no personal representative, what happens?
Yeah, that you're kind of in this purgatory situation where you're in between and no one's really in charge. Eventually, if things get taken, the personal representative could have an obligation to go try and recover that stuff. I mean, if it was taken improperly. We had a different case where somebody did take some collectibles, and I don't know if I would have known that they were really valuable, but it was like, what are those, Hummels, if you're familiar with those? It's like these little figurines. Yeah. And it turned out to be like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Hummels. And the will left that estate to charities. And the charities like, you got to go get these back. Wow. And they're in a different state. Wow. So, yeah, I mean, the beneficiaries can swoop in and say, hang on a minute, you don't just get to, not pursue this because it's a challenge. That was our stuff, legally speaking. And so it is a very tricky situation. Ideally, if there is a will or if there is an obvious person who will be probably the personal representative, it's good to try and secure property and not move it until that has been officially sorted out, because this can be a real difficult situation later on. I think you're right. The police will generally not get involved. But like if I go over to my parents' place and start taking stuff out, I think the police probably won't get involved there either. But it doesn't mean I'm allowed to do it or I'm going to get...
No, that's right. That's right. No one's saying you can do it or you should do it, but law enforcement very seldom gets involved in any business disputes or estates. Have you ever seen police successfully? I mean, have you ever? Because they don't want to take a side. They don't want to say, well, wait a minute, we're not going to interpret the will, or we're not going to decide who has rights or not, right? I mean, or have you? It would be different maybe if the parents or a cousin or a niece, if they broke in, that would be different, right? But I mean, if you're just taking stuff from an estate, really, what are the chances of the police ever doing anything? They won't. But what are the chances, though, the courts? What happens? She goes to court, and what do? Do they do a judgment saying you have to return the stuff, or do they put a value on it, or what do they do?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the one I was dealing with that I just described was like it had been moved into a different state. So that's a pretty challenging issue because, a Colorado probate court can issue that order. It doesn't mean that, the police in Connecticut are going to follow that order.
Right.
So you might have to go and file a lawsuit. You mentioned it being a civil claim, like in that state.
Wow. Even though you establish the legal right, you then have to go and literally get it, or if it's a money amount, you have to get a judgment, and that will take even more court.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a really unpleasant situation. People really fail to appreciate, it's very common, like people pass away and the family's in town for the funeral and people are kind of in the house and maybe taking some stuff. And it's not necessarily like a real sinister thing, but it's like later on people realize like, hey, she had a diamond ring. Like, where'd that go? Right. And they start accusing each other.
Yeah. Dan McKenzie, as always, we love your information. You can reach him at 83, but he is local and live. I want to tell you that the number sounds national, but he's local. It's 833-CO plans. That's for Colorado. 833-CO plans. Listen, if you're even just getting a simple will, you should do it. They have a great package for that. And Bo, you have, I don't know if I'm speaking out of school, but you and I are both using McKenzie.
Used him a lot for my trust and a pour over will. He's doing a good job. They
really are down to earth. That's what I like.
And it's flat rate. You know the price before you get into it.
Yeah, that's good to know too, of course. Anyway, let's keep going here. We're going to take this quick break. Your calls, and we're going to get to some texts here on Paragon being a public adjuster can answer. We also have Mark Szymanski for general construction stuff, and he's with Genesis Total Exteriors right after this.
If your AC hasn't been cleaned, you'll have problems. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. Dirt and debris are the number one cause of breakdowns, and Fix It 24/7, the only company offering an extreme clean, tune, and check. Refurbishment for just $39. Others would charge hundreds. As a proud partner of the Colorado Rockies, Fix It performs like pros. Go to fixmyhome.com and book it before it's gone.
He said they only get involved in certain things. What did he say? They have nothing to do with Okay, you know what? Alliance Roof and Solar can help you make money, especially if you're a landlord. They're doing commercial systems, so let me break it down for you. If you're a landlord, you can actually put it on a house you're renting out. You can put it on a duplex, a triplex, an apartment house. You can then actually start charging your tenants for electricity. And you can make money. In fact, you can help them save money, charge them less than Excel would, let's say, and then you can still make money in addition to rents. A lot of landlords are discovering this. If you have a home-based business, you can put a solar system off the home and do some finagling, everything's legal, or you can do a warehouse, a factory. Here's the bottom line. You want a commercial system, government incentives are still alive and well. Go to Alliance Roof and Solar, 303-704-2449, 303-704-2449, redrocksrs.com.
I thought it was hilarious. Were you laughing your ass off when our kid's cat attacked Mark?
Oh, God.
I heard there was blood everywhere.
little messy.
Man, I always miss the good stuff.
And then he's right around the house. He goes, I'm gonna kill that.
Oh, I'm sure he tried to kill the cat. You know that cat went under the bed just out of reach.
And Miles goes, it's time for you guys to go. I know my dad. And then it was a blizzard out.
Yes, I heard.
We couldn't see. I mean, it was bad. And we're, of course, in the Tesla X,
I got this. Thank you very much.
Oh, you rode in his car?
Yeah. I drove it.
Yeah, how was it?
It's fast.
It's out there.
It's plaid, man.
It's pretty. I matched the car today. It's this color.
Yeah. I went and test drove the X. I just can't justify an extra $60,000. Yeah. Just because you're going to have self-driving and free charging for life.
What do you mean an extra?
Attention patriotic Americans, to honor the 250th anniversary of American independence, the United States Mint is striking a groundbreaking American Silver Eagle coin. The 1776 to 2026 W American Silver Eagle is the first dual-dated coin in this series history. Its inspiring dual date pays tribute to our nation's founding fathers, the Declaration of Independence in 1776, and the spirit of the American Revolution that lives on today in 2026. Now is your chance to get this first-of-its-kind dual-dated American Silver Eagle in perfect proof 70 Ultra Cameo condition, like nothing collectors have ever seen. But hurry, pre-sale slots are limited. With mintage of just 500,000 coins, this release is a true absolute rarity. Secure your 250th anniversary Silver Eagle now with Rare Collectibles TV exclusive pre-sale. Call 800-925-1544 now before they sell out. That's 800-925-1544. 800-925-1544.
Model 3 is nice too.
Oh, you do? Oh, thank you, Bo.
Yeah, I want to ask you to type more, a little more clearance and stuff for the mountains. So,
what do you drive now, Tom?
Just a
a G-Wagon at one point.
Yeah. I have an X7 Beamer, the big SUV. It's just boring. It's a beautiful running, beautiful
but boring.
It's a beautiful car, but there's nothing special about it.
Doesn't excite you about anything?
Just a big, nice, luxurious SUV.
I love the self-driving. I mean,
that is incredible.
It's amazing.
It is. I had my son drive it too. He was like, "This is so."
No, it's incredible. I mean, it's amazing. Did Mark even drive it ever?
Just when we're passing. Because we're 2 lanes, and so I same thing.
Did you open it up out in the highway?
Yeah, he let me drive it for a while, and then going to pass him, you're hitting over 100 within a half a second.
It's crazy.
You're doing 60, and all of a sudden you're passing 3 cars, and you're doing well over 100.
I love getting next to a kid at a light who thinks he's all hot shit in his little crotch rocket car thingy, and I'm like, I'll show you. Let me humble you a little bit.
Yeah, self-driving. Mark, I was in Mark's car too, the red one.
Yeah,
that's self-driving.
That's I was in the S.
Oh, that's the black one.
No, it's blue. It's like
you got the privilege of going to brand new.
I don't know why the hell they stopped making them. I mean,
that's a moneymaker for
them. I'll bet you EV sales go up way up on
to robo taxis or robo driverless.
With the price of gas, you think the electric car sales will start going up?
And now I'll bet you the other EV sedans and SUVs are going to go up because
he quit. Because he quit manufacturing.
Yeah.
Sunny and a little breezy for your Thursday. Temperatures will be back up above average in the low 70s, down into the 50s for Friday. I'm Box 31, Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Burse.
That's the best of both worlds because the Tesla's not really luxurious minded. So you can still have that nice, plush, luxurious look and get the EV. If you could get... The big thing about Tesla is, I'll tell you what it is. It's their pick. Hi, Tom Martino here. We got a lot happening, and we're talking about problems, questions, and complaints. And yesterday something came up. We talk a lot about bad faith, and let's just talk about that. Bad faith, I was reading about it, and I'm going to get the article. And it was written by a lawyer somewhere saying that bad faith in Colorado, they're very successful. That Colorado somehow is a very friendly state when it comes to bad faith. And you can even get attorney's fees. Have you heard that, Matt? Matt, by the way, is a public adjuster. What a public adjuster does is comes in and helps you with big claims if you're a business or if you're a home, but the most bang comes from the buck if you're a commercial operator. But even with homes, they help you get the most for your claim, and they take a small percentage. Now, they really do help you. I mean, we've had cases where a few thousand was offered, and he got them, almost 100,000. I mean, we've had some very ridiculous cases that were really good for the consumer, and the insurance companies were just not being fair. So let's talk, Matt. What about bad faith? That's a lawsuit. You sue your company because they're delaying or denying coverage. What has your experience been watching these? Because I do know if you come to the end of the road and can't do anything, which is seldom, but it happens, that bad faith would be next, right?
Not necessarily bad faith, but having an attorney take it into litigation,
right.
With bad faith, hoping to be the end game.
Do they normally? I was told they normally settle when you get an attorney who seriously is considering a bad faith suit, because then they know they might be on the hook for treble damages or whatever.
Right. So they'll push it pretty far, but ultimately write a check on the courthouse steps, kind of thing.
Normally they don't go to trial. The bad faith.
Very rarely. Okay. I've seen. So I work with a couple different attorneys. I would say maybe 10 to 15% of my claims I put into litigation.
Okay.
Believe it or not, the percentage is that high.
You think 10 to 15% is high?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on the policyholder. How far do they want to take it? I mean, I'm always able to get more, but is it enough to them?
Do you allow? Not allowed. Are you allowed by law? Can you hint to the insurance company about bad faith?
Oh, yeah.
When you're negotiating?
Yeah, especially now, that I'm using AI to kind of run a lot of my correspondence.
Yeah.
It did it for me, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not really a threat. It's just letting them know what our intentions are.
Yeah, here's what's next. You're in trouble.
Right. Exactly. So come to the plate. Let's swing it and see what happens.
Okay, so bad faith. Let's get to it. You got some attorneys. They write letters, all this. Let's say they can't come to an agreement. They go to court. Right. And it doesn't even have to be a complete denial, even delaying.
I've only had one big claim settle in a bad faith sort of arena. And it was USAA. And the reason they got them is because they were due in court and didn't show up. Simple as that.
Are they that stupid? Wow. They didn't show up.
Yeah. I mean, so it was literally a what do they call summary judgment? I mean, there was no opposition.
Listen to this case in Utah. Campbell versus State Farm. The jury verdict was $145 million in punitive damages. Punitive. $145 million. They didn't say what the original claim or offer was or anything. I'm just looking at a synopsis here. Now, that 145 was later reduced, but not enough that it didn't hurt. It hurt State Farm. But State Farm, they said that basically they delayed, and they showed at court the punitive came from they exposed practices with internal memos and meetings that State Farm was prioritizing profits for shareholders over policyholders.
Was this a medical insurance claim?
You know what? It doesn't say. This synopsis doesn't say.
Probably.
Okay. Now, let me explain something. With bad faith, they pay your attorney's fees. And that's amazing. Now, remember, again, we're talking about delay, but what is a delay? I don't understand delay. Does that mean weeks, or does that mean a year? What have you seen as far as delaying coverage? By the way, we have open lines if you do want to call in. I am getting plenty of texts. 303-713-TALK is our number, 713-8255. How much of a delay is a delay, man?
Well,
are they talking months or what?
Yeah, it just depends, because what I deal with is there's typically hail damage, right? So if there's a delay that goes more than 2 weeks, I start feeling like that's unreasonable. I mean, in other words, if I submit a supplement and I say, hey, I'd like you guys to have a look at this and review it, get back to me with your thoughts. And I don't hear anything from them, especially after a couple of follow-up phone calls. Yeah, in my opinion, that's unreasonable, and I've had a lawyer agree with me on that. But other claims like fire, smoke, flood, these things can stretch months or even years.
But normally when you represent someone, it's against their own insurance company, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
Because in Dimitri's case, and he's the one that brought it up, that's why I'm talking about it, he brought up everything.
Yeah.
So a neighbor upstairs leaks into his place, does damage. American Family is denying most of it and just basically covering very little. I don't even know what she had done for what they bid or said it was. But the guy upstairs did have liability insurance. And here's what's weird. The liability company told him, if your company subrogates, we'll pay them. We're not paying you directly. Have you ever taken on a case where, like, say, D wants to go after that upstairs insurance company, the neighbor's insurance company? Have you ever gotten involved where you contact the other party's insurance?
Yeah, that kind of, it's out of bounds for me. Okay. I have to advocate for the policyholder and their insurance policy. Okay. So that's, I've been involved lightly with something like that.
Right. But usually an attorney can.
Right, exactly.
All right, Greg is on. He has some comments. Greg, are you commenting on the gun call or on the insurance? Go ahead.
Well, I used Matt from Paragon.
Yes, and what was your claim?
One of those. I got denied for a roof claim. And so called Matt after hearing him on your show. And, I'm one of those 10% that had to go the lawyer route.
Really? And what happened?
And I'm not completely through, but
what's going on? Is it a bad faith lawsuit?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, because they basically said we won't replace the roof for hail damage, but we'll replace the gutters for hail damage and the screens. And so it didn't make sense that they wouldn't cover the roof too. I mean,
that's weird. That's weird. Do you know the case he's talking about, man?
Yeah, Greg, I do recognize your voice. What's your last name, if you don't mind?
Oh, it's up to him if he wants to.
Yeah. That'll familiarize me with the case. If you don't want to say, that's fine.
Yoder is the last name.
Yeah. So I know who you are. This does happen more and more in Colorado. They'll pay for gutters and like your, heat vents, your furnace vent, your water heater vent.
That's weird. So they're acknowledging hail,
right?
But they're saying, what are they saying? It didn't do anything to your roof?
Yeah, your roof's fine. That's just wear and tear, or
in my case, they said it happened before. It was covered by them. But again, they still were, claiming that it damaged the gutters.
How long have you been fighting this now?
Since October of 24.
24?
Yep.
Holy cow.
Well, and when I give it to the attorneys, it can take a year or a year and a half, for them to settle it. Absolutely. Wow. So this does not happen overnight. And what happens sometimes is if you've got a roof that's leaking from storm damage and making the house, every time it rains, you got water intrusion, they're on the hook for that too if they didn't take care of it. So that the lawyers love that.
But you do have to mitigate somewhat.
Well, if you can, you put a tarp up, whatever you can do, your due diligence as a homeowner, obviously. But, when I give these to the attorneys, we include that interior damage because that's all part of the same point of origin.
All right, give us a call if you have a problem, question, or complaint on anything. We are talking insurance today. And I also want to tell you about One Clear Choice Garage Doors, the best garage door company. One Clear Choice Garage Doors. Let me tell you why. 24/7 service. So if you have a door that won't close at night and you need help, they'll come out. They also do major repairs, minor repairs on the opener or the door itself. And everything is covered on their website, even pricing. OneClearChoiceDoors.com.
Yeah, Greg Yoder.
I don't know.
Radio station Tom Martino.
Yoder, Y-O-D-E-R.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KL. Now, impact traffic.
The name sounds familiar.
Healing underway in the foothills at the Veteran Memorial Tunnels there at the bottom of Floyd Hill. It is closed right now to the rail and shortly
rentals yet?
No, I got some pretty good tenants, but when their lease runs, when they want to move out, I'm going to transfer them over to Barry. But I don't want to just, especially with the new landlord, tenant laws.
I got one in Fayetteville.
In Fayetteville? Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I had a tenant and they moved out, but I got a tenant. It took me like 3 weeks to get a tenant.
Through Barry, right?
I just worked with a property management company that he selected there. But yeah, it's all through Barry.
Oh, okay.
So,
how many did you?
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard yesterday. I've been at it 45 years. I'm getting fucking sued by a tenant over a bed bug issue that I've been trying to get rid of. They hired the Ramos law firm. And she's demanding I pay her $25,000 by the 7th if they're going to serve me papers to go to court.
And why is it your fault you have a bed bug? Didn't they bring him in or no?
Actually, she did not bring him in. Another tenant brought him in, but because of landlord-tenant laws, I couldn't get rid of the tenant that was bringing the bed bugs in. So I had to do an emergency investigation.
Hi, Dimitar.
That took like 3 months. But I did do my due diligence. I had it fumigated 3 times, and it was like $9,000. It was because it was so bad. They had to heat up the apartment instead of spraying. They had to get the tenant out and they had to heat the apartment up to like 110 degrees. Right. But I kept doing it till we got rid of them. And now and it's funny, she's still a tenant. Yeah, we offered to break her goddamn lease and say, I'm sorry, I'm doing the best I can. Why don't you just leave? We'll break the lease, give you your deposit back. Right. Oh, I kind of like the place. I'm gonna sue you and stay here. So
you're being sued, yeah.
Yeah, and she's still there.
Is she claiming the problem's still going on?
No, she's not. The problem, I checked that out yesterday. I called the other tenants. We got rid of the problem several months ago.
But she acknowledges that too.
This is a little apartment.
She what, Tom?
She acknowledges that, right?
Yeah, but she says she's got health issues because of it, and she's had to see a psychiatrist, and she's
Jesus Christ.
She's nervous. And I have to replace her furniture.
So all of that.
Yeah. But I'm digging in. I'm not going to give her a penny because I did everything under the law. I did everything I could to took care of it. I mean, as soon as we got the complaint, within 3 days, we had an exterminator there.
So do they?
But I'm worried about this law firm because he only does shit on contingency. He's a TV lawyer.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you see him all over.
Yeah. My management company wants. What's that? Oh yeah, him and I'd like to give him a fucking strong arm. No, and my friend hunts with Ramos. They go hunting. He has his own private jet. They fly down to Texas. And I was thinking of talking to my neighbor about it, but I'm sure the guy himself doesn't know. Yeah. It's a piddly case.
That's like Frank. He doesn't know about it.
Hey, do you want me to order some food, guys? I will order some.
Never had food here at the studio.
Oh, come on. We're going to order.
They had donuts the first time.
Hold on.
Donuts?
We're gonna
This
order.
isn't car day, but okay.
Oh, is car day you have food?
No, we'll order.
Car day's food day.
I'm going to order for you.
But that's why I never get invited to car day.
I'm sorry. I should have. Suze?
Yeah.
Do you have the referral list card? I'm going to order stuff for these guys.
Let me go get my purse.
Pizza. Where do we get pizza now?
Hutch Brothers.
Is this good?
It is really good.
Okay.
Really good.
So how do I don't know how to go to them. Do I go to Hutch Brothers directly or?
Maybe get Suze to order it for us. Should we get Suze to do it?
Yeah, maybe she can.
Yeah.
I'll ask her. Or I don't mind doing it online if I can. I just need to know how they do it. Do they do it through Grubhub or do they do it, through because I have both here. And I don't know how they get, I don't know anything about it actually. I ought to have her do it because I don't even know how they contact. Suze, can you help me? Because I don't know even where do they deliver it? To the lobby or do they come up here? Or?
Yeah, they come to the lobby.
Okay.
Do you want to do Bubba's or do you want me to?
I want you to do whatever we normally do. Can you just get a big, large pizza for us?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll get it ordered. Do we have time? Yeah, we have time.
Yeah, I thought these guys would.
We'll get something going here.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
I could eat.
One large ought to do it.
That's not it. Okay.
the way, you let me know if some charges show up on that card, because I might have used it and left it somewhere. My card, because I can't find my referral list card. But here's the good news. I mean, I want to know if any charges showed up that I shouldn't have charged. In other words,
Should I lock the card?
Well, yes, I was going to tell you that. It just happened. So, but here's what I think happened. I think I pulled it out by mistake to pay for it. So I'll reimburse us if I did. Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. We got some questions, and there was one really good one that I wanted to get to on. Okay, this is a good one, and I'm going to summarize it because that's what my A does for me. And this is a long letter. They have just been through the ringer. But I want to know, Mark Szymanski, Genesis Total Exteriors. He does everything. Okay, he calls himself General Exteriors. He does general everything. He's great. And then we got Matt, the public adjuster who fights insurance companies. Somebody wants to know, do adjusters truly just reduce things and they know it's not right? Did they literally just work for the insurance company in that regard? Or can they usually justify why they're reducing the claim? That is a good question. I mean, are they just flat out refusing to do the right thing? I mean, do you find that sometimes? And I wouldn't doubt it, by the way.
It's hard for me to put an accurate gauge on that because
you've dealt with enough adjusters.
Well, I have, but as a homeowner, they rely on you just not knowing what you're talking about. So they're going to come out and they're going to just assume you don't know what you're doing, and you're going to take their word for it. When I'm there, it's different because I'm not letting them get away with that. So,
but when you meet an adjuster and the claim is much lower than what you think it should be, does that adjuster, is he reasonable or she reasonable?
Most of the time, it's a new adjuster because I like to get it reassigned because no one likes to have their work looked at.
And you can do that?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, you can ask to have it reassigned?
Yes. Yep. I want a pair of fresh eyes on this.
Okay. So I guess what I'm asking, do they flat out refuse when they shouldn't?
Most definitely. Yeah. I mean, I've met some good guys out there. I have that love their job, and the independent adjusters are much better than the adjusters that are staffed by.
And very quickly, let me explain this. He's a public adjuster, Matt.
Right.
That means he works for the public. He works for consumers against their own insurance companies when they are underselling or underpaying. But an independent adjuster is not independent at all. The name is a misnomer. It almost sounds like they work for you. They don't. An independent adjuster is hired by the insurance company when they're short-staffed, and they're contract workers. They work by the claim. So they're independent. They're not an employee of the insurance company, but they work for the insurance company. So let's get back to that. Independent adjusters are more reasonable.
Yep. They get paid for approving them. So that's why they show up happy
but approving them not at any cost.
Right, yeah. That's where adjusting comes in.
Right. We've often said they should be called reducers.
Right. Or deniers.
But
yeah, those are the ones that they're very reasonable with my supplements, and they're very easy to work with in most cases. Now, and even Dimitri can speak on this, with a staff adjuster that shows up, man, they want a pat on the back from their boss for denying the claim or underpaying if they can get away with it.
Mark Szymanski, when you walk the job with an adjuster, do you find sometimes they know damn well in your heart you know that they know, or are they truly believing what they're giving you?
Well,
Get close to that mic.
Yeah, so I think what Matt was saying too is, they'll leave things out. They say the roof is damaged, so maybe we're not going to list out ice and water shield, or we're not going to list out some drip edge or something like that that's required by code. And so they'll leave things out, and that's one way they can lower their claim. Let's say for painting, two sides of your house was damaged, and maybe really three sides were, but they left one side out. And so then that's when we're writing supplements and start getting Matt involved.
They start nitpicking.
Yes.
Like they say, well, you don't need your whole house painted.
Right.
You just need two walls. Does that fly? Or can you make the argument, Matt, that things must match.
Yeah, it depends on the carrier. Some of them adhere to the Colorado law. This is not a matching state, so they can literally pay for one side of your house and not the other. However, the semantics can be shifted a little bit, and you could say, well, for a continuous appearance, line of sight, you don't use the word matching.
So matching is specifically outlawed here?
Yeah, and in Wyoming, it's wide open. If they pay for one side of your house, then they pay for the whole house in Wyoming. But in Colorado, it's not the case.
Does that go for, let's be ridiculous here, does that go for roof?
Yep.
Come on.
Yep. We see it all the time. They'll pay half for half a roof.
Really?
You had one of your callers. I mean, it took us a long time to get, I can't remember her name. She was correct. She called in a few times, but yeah, it took us a long time for them finally to pay for half, and she had to pay for other half.
Yeah. Can they piecemeal inside? Like if the bathroom is damaged, can they just literally do just whatever? I mean, in other words, part of the wall painting and all that?
No, that's interior damage is different. I mean, if we got paint damage in a bedroom, that bedroom's getting painted. You know, the whole ceiling.
Got it. Okay.
Flooring too. Same with flooring. Any continuous flooring.
Yeah, they'll cut it off at rooms though.
So
at the doorway.
And I've made this claim before, and I'll tell you again because it's true. Somebody emailed me the other day and said that they had never looked at it that way. The insurance industry is the only industry where to make more money and to be more profitable, they have to do less. Every other company has to do more. Insurance companies have to give less.
But insurance companies pay big money to do less, which is funny. Sometimes you see them, they're being silly with their money.
Fighting.
My neighbor across the street, I mean, Matt got a little bit involved in it, but they paid her more in rent.
Temporary housing.
Yeah, temporary housing, than if they would have just paid a silly little dollar amount to fix something. But she said, no, you didn't fix this, and now we're going to fight, and now I need another month's worth of rent. You know, maybe, her rent was $7,000 and she, they're fighting over a $3,000 adjustment.
See, that doesn't make sense.
But somewhere somebody's sitting at a desk making that decision. Some actuary is going, well, if we, move this money into this bucket and get a little bit more interest.
The housing bucket is different than the construction bucket.
Totally different.
So here's what you have. You have stockholders. They own stock in the company. And here's where the conflict is. Those stockholders want to make profits. The insurance company has two sets of people they should be loyal to. They have their stockholders and they have their policyholders. Unless it's a mutual company, they're not the same. With a mutual company, the policyholders are part owners. But no matter what, in order to make more money, they either raise premiums or they reduce coverage. And they do both all the time. So think about how negative that business is. The sheer existence of that business, in order to grow from year to year, you know how corporations say, well, we're up 20% or we had a flat year. Everyone expects to go up every single year, which I think, by the way, is weird. I've often thought that was weird because in the economy, if everything's the same, nobody gets hurt. I don't know why increases are expected when everything stays the same. But in any case, I'll get back to the main topic, and that is insurance companies must deny more or delay where that money can make more money for them. But that is such a negative industry. And that's why I think it should be done in a different way. Because how can you possibly go to bed at night when your job is to deny or lower what people get paid? That's what you're doing. And the only way to... Now, I'm not saying they don't do a job. They do. But to do a better job for the stockholders, they have to do a worse job for the policyholders. There's no way for them to do it for both. And that's why for the insurance industry, I have a novel idea just for insurance, because it's the only industry where they must make people unhappy in order to make money.
Interesting.
Tom, can I use one of these little plugs here?
Yeah. All right. Okay, so I want to tell you about Vestera Turnkey. Vestera Turnkey, you know what they are? They're like, I call them like a management company, but they're not. They're real estate brokers. And Larry Miller invented this program. And what he does is he finds great markets around the country where houses are appreciating, where rents are strong, and the economy's strong. And what they do is they help you acquire one of those properties. They help you manage it, insure it, maintain it, everything involved. They hold your hand through the whole process through their affiliations. If you want to be a landlord without the conventional risks and hassles, give them a call and find out how your money can grow in 2 to 3 years by 30 or 40%. MyBiggestReturn.com. MyBiggestReturn.com.
Okay, guys, we've done 2 different kinds. We've done the pudgy beef pie, which is like crust, bunch of toppings in the middle with a bunch of cheese and crust underneath. So crust on top, crust underneath.
Probably not.
Or the Jersey Girl, which sounds simple, but it was super delicious, which is Italian sausage, onion, and green peppers.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Jersey anything.
Do some extra cheese.
Extra cheese.
Extra cheese
Okay.
sounds good.
Okay, I'll get the extra large because there's
They've worked with me on 2 phones.
Tuesday sauce.
It was very good. Very good situation.
really?
Did it not work out for you?
No, I've used insurance twice and it's been
Choose
bad.
a
I'm
cheese.
so sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
No, I just feel bad.
No, I know.
Well, like your aunt will die. And I said,
thought-
"She killed her."
I thought he loved Pam
Pull
Bond.
that out.
By the way, Tom?
She was feisty.
No, you're fine. Everything's fine. I love you, but you did call Barry Larry.
I did too. She was strong. Trump's type, typical blonde.
Thanks, man. You can take that.
Oh, my God.
Sorry.
No, you're good. But yeah, it ended up working out after I called.
Okay.
You get a little confused here with
Wow,
both
did your
computers
mom
on,
talk you into calling?
but I didn't want to transfer everything over.
I know a guy.
She's like, "Just radio show, you could call me. Really good tracker." I was like, I got nothing else.
Wow.
Because I tried to take it back to get it, because I went through Assurant and it was the wiring issue. Soldering came off
Okay.
the thing, so you can plug it in anymore.
Yeah.
Went through them and they said go through Ibanez, the manufacturer. Ibanez will only send you half of the part because they're not allowed to send the other part. There's special patent. But anyways, I went on
The last thing you purchased with your card must have been at home for Anthony. It was for Anthony's. It was in February.
Yeah, no, I
and it
only
was
do that if I
so
had
it
two
could have been
guests
home.
I only do that if I had more two or more.
No, I'm just saying it's probably sitting at your house. Do you want me to lock the card?
Yes,
for
lock
you?
it. Lock it, because I hardly ever use it.
You know what? I do
have it as an
actually remember
emergency, like if I have to do
that
something for the corporation, but
Okay.
I haven't used
You
it.
as the caller.
But yeah, and I'll look for it for sure.
Do,
because-
and then order yourself a new one.
Inez and the half apart. Right on.
Yeah, I totally forgot that happened.
This thing intermittently works.
Okay. And okay. Okay.
Love the Pudge brother.
I'm glad. Woo. Okay. Place order.
I still won't have any pizza that you order. Because you remember my policy, just like with the loaf of bread.
Yeah.
What's your policy with the bread?
Well,
Not
if
a
you give me
policy.
some sort of food, I can't be a jerk anymore because you'll go, "Ah, I can't believe you said that. Remember when I gave you that bread?
I would never hold that against you.
Good.
I forgot about that.
Because I do love free food, but I also really like being a jerk.
Which one do you like more, though?
Jerk.
Okay, yeah. Kind of figured.
So I can buy my own food. I can't buy a person to yell at.
I'm sure.
I guess I could. Yeah,
you totally could. Someone would sit there and take a couple.
By the way,
bucks
I
and yell
turned it
at.
up 2 degrees, and now it is like a sauna in here.
I was about to say it feels a lot warmer.
Going to 72, which
Like
in all the
like
textbooks
up
is room temperature, and it is going nuts now.
Yeah.
See, when I get home, I'm turning
on the
my
way
fan
up,
on max and just letting that cool the entire.
Well, Max will be happy. How about you?
Okay, pizza ordered. It's official.
Thank you.
Great. That's awesome, Shannon.
Stop. Don't encourage.
Up to an hour or more. Come on.
It's more sarcastic
Now they're
than
just being
encouraging. But
liars.
yeah.
Up to an hour. Come on.
Oh my God! Speaking of guitars, my Sweetwater rep just called me, but I had missed it.
Can't believe we're going to the moon, man. That's cool.
It's so crazy.
We're going around.
Just around it and back.
So, but you know, do you realize it's been 50 years since
This
we've
is
been on
the
the moon?
first in my life that we're going to the moon.
That is.
Now we're not landing on it.
Sweetwater.
Right. But
I'm only 43.
I remember watching the lunar landing.
Oh, it's just like
I remember watching
1960.
when, like live.
In school,
Yeah, that's where I want to work.
you stopped. Everything was taking off.
But it's all the way in.
You got the little TV in the front of the seat.
Hi. Your troubleshooter Tom Martino here with our guest today, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Matt is with Paragon Services, a public adjuster. We're talking about insurance denials and companies. And let me explain what I believe is the answer for just insurance. Insurance only. And truly, I mean this. Insurance is the only company that has to pay out when things are bad. And the only way they can make money is by denying the claims or lessening the claims. And I've said this a million times. Having shareholders is in direct contrast to having policyholders. So shareholders demand more money, and they want a company that denies more claims. That's the math about it. And I think of all things, I've never said this before, there should be nonprofit insurance entities. Nonprofit. That doesn't mean people don't get paid. People get paid.
There are some down in the coastal areas. Texas has some
non-profit.
Look up TWIA. TWIA.
Wonderful.
Texas Wind. Here's the problem, though.
Yeah.
It's mandatory within the area of coverage. That's the only company you can go with. Right. And if you have to sue them, they have a legal cap. You can't sue them for more than, I think it's $15,000.
But I would think that they wouldn't be so nonchalant about claims. They would be more, in other words, people have to deny claims because of shareholders, maybe. Right. I mean, that's really the math of it, okay? It is. And so if you didn't have shareholders or owners, if it was nonprofit, I'm not saying you give away the store. Of course, you still have to be judicious, but you would pay honest claims.
Funny, I love
and since it's nonprofit, premiums would naturally be lower. You could still pay your people. You simply would not have policyholders. It's
shareholders.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I got a question for Matt. Matt, isn't the term in an insurance company the word co-op or the word mutual? Doesn't that mean it's a nonprofit insurance company?
Mutual means it's owned by the policyholders.
And do they seek a profit? Because they're just
I don't know. I don't know about it, but I know that Mutual gives their policyholders as much trouble as anyone.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at Liberty Mutual. It's Safeco. It's the same thing.
Mutual of Omaha, are they still around?
Yeah, I don't deal with them really anymore.
Okay. So mutual companies owned by the policyholders, but again, there's a profit incentive. There shouldn't, in my opinion, be no profit incentive when it comes to that kind of thing. I just think it's too much of a divergence of what should be. Like there's too many people with too many different goals. Okay, and real quick, how far back can you go on your insurance claim to dispute it If it's settled, what does settled mean? Can you go back and reopen?
You mean in a legal arena? Like if you wanted to,
not
or
sue,
just with me?
But they want to call you, but they had a claim a few years ago. Can they reopen it?
Yeah. So typically there's two timelines. So from the date of the storm or the event.
From the date of loss to file the claim, there's a year.
A year. And then you have, from that point, 2 years to dispute it.
Oh, so if I closed my claim last year, I can still dispute it.
Right.
But you have 2 years to dispute.
Right.
Is that locked in at 2 years?
No, they keep messing with it. And I've been in Colorado 11 years now, and it's changed 3 or 4 times between 1 year, 2 years, and 3 years. Right now, it's 2 years.
All right, folks. Give us a call. I'm at the Mothership Home Studio today with Major Suze Major. We also have Matt from Paragon Services. We have Mark Szymanski from Genesis Total Exteriors. And all of your emails, texts, and calls. 303 Martino is the number. 303-627-8466.
Matt, is the term co-op in an insurance company, when you use that word co-op, is that kind of just shareholders?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
What's that?
The word co-op in insurance.
Anything about it? I don't know.
Okay,
Are there co-op insurance companies?
When I was a kid, I could go out to the farmland and see big letters co-op, and like all the farmers get together.
I don't know. I don't.
Okay.
I don't run into that.
I will look it.
I'm going to look it up. I don't know what a co-op is.
That's why I asked.
I think we're all getting spoiled with this chat, man. I
don't do that stuff. I'm old school.
I just started, and man.
You mean AI? Mark uses Grok.
That's Elon's.
He loves it.
Yeah.
Talks that epic thing all the time. You know what I'm going to try? I'm an AI resistor. It's just out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But I am going to try using it to decorate a room.
Yeah, like give it an image.
Really? Wow.
And then tell it what you want. Colors and
you put pictures in, and then it'll suggest this and that.
Suze, you be careful. It might tell you to get rid of DEMA in order to make your room.
Talk about my
no, I'm just talking about
cat.
AI. I love your
puppy who's costing us a fortune right now.
I love DEMA.
Man.
I just don't want AI to evict her.
Shoot, Mark will get evicted before her. Let's just be real, okay, Bo?
Yeah, let's just get down to brass tacks. No bullshit here. Mark goes before
Mark. Poor Mark.
DEMA.
Where is Mark?
He's in Florida with our son.
Oh, okay.
They visited his dad. His parents took dad fishing, lake fishing. Dad gets seasick, so
can't be on the boat. Yeah,
neither can I.
They went. When did they leave? Sunday morning. Did the fishing thing Monday. Hung out Tuesday. Then he and Miles went to Orlando yesterday, and now they're deep sea fishing today.
Oh, very cool.
And now they come home tomorrow night.
Have they caught anything of interest, Suze?
Miles, look at this picture.
Other
I'll show
than COVID.
you guys.
No, just
it's impressive. Like, you got to be kidding me.
They were on the hunt for sharks.
That's our son.
Oh, wow. He's really grown up since it's, wow. Oh, that's a nice little calm. Is that with you?
And that's apparently a 4-pounder.
Wow.
What kind of fish?
You tell me. I was assuming. I'm going to guess.
It's a fish.
It's a bass.
It's a fish, man.
Let's talk.
That's all I know.
It's a bass.
And then this one was 4 pounds, he said.
Largemouth bass. That's exactly what that is.
So,
Are they keepers? Going to mount that above the fireplace?
I think this one was a keeper, and they did something. They're not bringing it home, but they did something with, I don't know, sold it to somebody. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hell, that's my kind of fun right there.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
And they chartered the boat. It's just them.
Yeah, basically.
Our son fishes anytime he can.
Really?
On his lunch break. Anytime.
Fly fishing up there at
he
all?
does it. He hasn't got into that yet.
I don't know if there's much of that where he
Nebraska,
is.
yeah.
I wouldn't think so.
No.
I don't know, but I do know his granddad had a bunch of nice fishing stuff that he's bringing home. So, and his granddad used to fly fish, so maybe that'll be his.
I did the same thing. I got all my grandpa's stuff, and you know, it's some of it's not really usable. It's just kind of old and brittle, but you hang that stuff up in your man cave, kind of thing, you know.
Yeah. Messy man cave.
What I hear.
Marc Mager was like, babe, I was a little embarrassed.
Clean your shit up.
I can't remember. Oh, he wanted me to look at stuff at his house.
Yeah, he wanted some projecty stuff, I heard.
Yeah. Just give him advice on what he should do first. I think the back deck would be the first thing.
Yes. He doesn't have a deck hardly, just a little patio, isn't it?
I think you put a nice deck back there. It'd be nice.
Yeah. I hope that deal works out for you and Mark.
It's so funny. My dad's been in the hospital a couple times, and we were out of town, so I haven't had time to even think about it.
Is your dad okay?
Yeah, he's getting his heart shocked today because his heart.
Well, that's not good, Mark.
Yeah, my dad. Yeah, he was getting fluid in the lungs, and they said his heart's not working right, so that's why.
So they're going to shock it.
How old is he?
87.
Nice.
Is he at CU?
No, he's in Aurora.
Aurora Press.
Whatever the HCA or whatever.
Is your mom still alive?
HCA is a great hospital system, by the way.
Okay. So your dad, he lives in the area.
He lives in Parker. My sister lives like 10 minutes from him.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So, but,
wow.
So yeah, I haven't had a chance to even think about it much.
Yeah, I don't think Mark has either.
Oh, the little adventure to Shadron. I heard about it. Yeah. I want in on that. I'll be your logistics man.
We met the whole town.
Oh,
you did?
So we met
did you go?
I heard he paid for everybody's drink, and it came to like $20 or something.
What, you met the mayor?
Yes.
That's funny.
An ex-mayor, not the current mayor.
Did you go to Miles Walmart?
Yeah.
Look at the shoe specials.
Glasses there because I lost mine.
Oh.
Are they readers?
Yeah. Bought something from
sporty.
So,
where'd you guys stay at?
What is it? It's not a
back in Walmart?
No.
Oh, Holiday Inn, is it Express?
Somebody is fired for sure.
Yeah, it's just in Fox.
I mean, I don't know.
They have free happy hour there, so.
Yes, I heard.
Oh, what? I never heard of free happy hour.
We did
a pub crawl. Sounds like
two bars in the town, and then we finished up at the hotel.
Free happy hour.
Yeah, where's that? I never heard of free happy hour.
And it's like pour your own beer.
Oh God!
Thing on the draft.
See how long that lasts.
Yeah,
I should have a lady there pouring it for you, but yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
That's good. You guys had trouble
with it?
Shadron, Nebraska.
Through that. There's a small airport.
There's a small airport. We met the TSA lady.
Was it just one lady?
Yes.
Well, they have four because you have different shifts.
A heavy-set minority woman.
So, I think I landed at Shadron. There's an airport there.
Yeah, tiny one.
It's funny, all the little shitholes I've landed in. The worst.
You in your chopper?
Yeah, or in my planes and all my travel. I used to take it on vacation all the time. So where was this worst shithole ever? Ottumwa.
Ottumwa,
I used to live in Ottumwa.
No,
isn't that where Radar's from?
I did. I lived there for 4 years.
Why?
I was a little kid.
Ottumwa,
my dad was working for Wausau Homes, and he was there. He opened a plant there.
What state is that in?
Iowa.
Ottumwa, Iowa.
That's where Radar's from in MASH.
I would purposely pick. I didn't want to take the time to be routed and air traffic control and all that. So I would pick small airports because I know they have fuel. It's just as good as any other fuel, and you're in and out of there, right?
Yeah, you're not waiting around with big stuff, huh? Big planes.
Yeah, I mean, and
we'll break down a major federal court ruling affecting the Colorado GOP. Join me at 4.
Yeah. Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, or 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. By the way, in breaking news, Pam Bondi fired as Attorney General, if anyone cares about that. Oil prices are surging. And of course, is that temporary or not? I mean, I don't see, as we move away from oil, how it's going to do anything but stay high. But we'll see. And then we have Marc Szymanski with us from Genesis, TotalExteriors.com, and also Matt Stanford from Paragon Services. Now, Marc Szymanski does basically everything. General contractor. He does everything, but he does roofing and siding and windows and doors and decks and painting and basements and baths and all kinds of stuff. And you can get Marc Szymanski by calling GenesisTotalExteriors.com, 303-679-8509. Matt, he's with Paragon Services, which is a public adjuster. Public adjusters help you fight your insurance company to get better claims. And we talked a little bit about insurance, and I said it's the one area in life where I think it should be mandated that they do nonprofit, where they have no vested interest in trying to make more money for stockholders, because as a stockholder demanding more money, they have to deny more claims. It's just counterintuitive that the only way for an insurance company to make more money is to do less with their money and to do less help. No other company. Think about it. If you're manufacturing cars, you have to do better cars or more cars. If you're in the business of anything, you're installing windows and you're in the window business, you got to expand your customer base. You don't go and start taking windows back, or somebody pays you for a window job and you do 75% of it. But insurance companies are set up that way. They're set up that they take the premiums and invest them and then hope that the claims don't go unbalanced with the premiums. They want to make sure they have more money coming in than going out. But to solidify that, the less they pay in claims, the more they make. And of course, that's the way they do it. And that's the way they should do it. The problem is, however, is that it hurts people. It just hurts people. And I don't like that. Now, speaking of hurting people, I know Marc Szymanski, he does walk-arounds on properties for storm damages, and he can put everything on one invoice. Genesis is a great place to go for that. But let's talk about contractors' come-ons. The roofers, for example. This is a good time to mention this because someone asked about it. In the text, they asked, is it common for a contractor to want to meet with the adjuster before they give me a bid? Now, it is common, and I think any roofer who demands to meet with your adjuster when the adjuster is there before presenting you with a contract, I would immediately not hire them. Immediately. Here's why. Let's say that contractor goes out and assesses the roof. They honestly tell you what you need. Flashing, shingles, whatever you need. They put it down and they say, Mr. Martino, you need A, B, C, D, and E. And it's on my estimate and it's priced out. A, B, C, D, and E, and it's going to come to $35,000. Now the adjuster comes, and the adjuster on his bid, there's only A, B, and C. And they're only going to pay, not $35,000, but let's say $20,000. Now you know there is a delta there. Now you know you are not getting everything a contractor thinks you need. And you now know, okay, I got to do something about this because I'm not getting treated fairly. If you trust the contractor, you're not being treated fairly. Now, there might be some truth in the middle ground, but you know you're not being treated fairly. Now, let's take another scenario, and we've had this happen on the show. The roofer meets with the adjuster before giving the customer anything. The roofer wants the job. So the roofer says, hey, look, I want to do this flashing along with the roof. And I might be giving wrong parts, okay? It may not. But let's say the roofer says, I want to do A, B, C, D, and E. And the company says, I'm telling you, I don't think E is needed. I don't think B is needed. We're only going to pay for some of that. And the roofer says, okay, fine. So let's say the roofer and the adjuster have private conversations, and because the roofer wants the job, he says to the adjuster, okay, fine, we won't do that. Okay, fine, we won't do that. Okay, but can we do A, B, and C? The adjuster says, yes, okay, we'll pay for that. So now the roofer goes back to the homeowner and says, everything's settled. We're going to start the job a week from Monday. What just happened? Behind the scenes, you've been screwed out of what you really need because they never put their ass on the line before the adjuster came out. So I want the roofer to tell me what I need, or the contractor what I need. I don't want Mark Szymanski walking around my property with Genesis Total Exteriors with an adjuster and being turned down. And that's what he doesn't do. He'll meet with me, or he'll go around my property and say, Tom, you need this, you need this, you need this, you need this. And he doesn't make a private deal with an adjuster. Now, he might change things for the adjuster once the adjuster gets there, but at least you know what changed. Maybe Mark said, you know what, on second thought, we can wrap that instead of replacing it or whatever. And you know it. But without that initial eyeballing, you don't know it. You don't know what you need. And given that, I wanted to ask Matt, or first of all, by the way, Mark Szymanski, Genesis, you're in the business. Is that kind of right? Aren't there roofers that will just go along just to get the job?
Well, I think you see more of the roofers trying to get you to sign something before.
Right, to be solidified to.
Right, and even though those are non-binding, or they should be non-binding, again, and so many of them.
There are some of them that are binding with cancellations.
There's so many slimy people out there. I think, again, the number one thing is you got to find a good contractor, and it has to be somebody you trust. And, I do like walking the job with an adjuster.
Yeah,
and that's all.
But do you give don't you give your bid independent of doing that?
No,
you don't.
We use the Exactimate program.
But you're using that program.
Yeah, we're using the Exactimate program, and so what we do is we walk the property, and that's all we do is point out things. We don't say yes, you should buy that, because that's the adjuster's job to make that decision right then and there. We just point things out.
Then do you tell the homeowner?
Yes, I share this all with the homeowner. And sometimes a homeowner walks with us, sometimes a homeowner sits inside. It just depends. Then we walk that job, and then the insurance adjuster goes back home. He has a conversation with the homeowner without me saying, okay, this is what we're going to cover, this is not what we're going to cover. And then they're going to fill out a report. Then we ask the homeowner to share that report with us, and I can say, okay, they missed this, this, and this.
But does the homeowner have here's what I want to know. Does the homeowner have full knowledge of what you recommended and to compare with what the insurance company says?
We use, because we're both using the same software to tell us the price of what we're supposed to charge. Right. It's not my price. It's not the insurance company's price.
I get it. It's Exactimate.
Right. I'm just sharing it with the listeners. And so that's the price that we work off of. And so, no, we don't write up a separate estimate prior to that.
It's not the price I'm talking about.
Right.
It's items needed.
Right.
Do you tell the homeowner, I think you need this, and the insurance company won't pay for it?
And that does happen, and then the insurance company.
That's because you call in, Matt.
Right, and then I'll say if it's a big gap, then it's like, hey, Matt, we need your help on this one. If it's something simple like, they didn't put drip edge or step flashing.
What happens in that case?
And something small.
Do you go back to the adjuster?
Then we'll submit that and say, it was here, here's our proof, here's a picture, and so we need to replace this is damaged, and we send that, and we'll send it to the insurance company. We can't negotiate, we just say, this is part of it, and this needs to be done. Then if the insurance company says no, then the next phone calls to Matt.
All I'm concerned about is this, and because I trust you, it's really weird talking about it, because I wouldn't mind if you did it, because I know you, and I know you're a person of ethics and faith and all that. I'm serious about that when I say this. But what I mean is, in any case, I want to know what I'm not getting. In other words, I want to know what you really feel I need, compared to what they're willing to pay for.
Right.
That's the important thing.
And
not the price.
Right. I understand.
But what I need.
Sometimes homeowners will share other estimates they got with me. Yeah. And then they say, hey, replace roof. And they might say the kind of shingle. And that's it.
Yeah. You don't want that. That's too incomplete.
Yeah.
So you do so when you're walking the job on Xactimate, when you put down what you think it needs, if the adjuster says we're not paying for that, does the homeowner ever know that? Or do you say to the adjuster, okay, that's okay?
No. Then what we do is we tell the homeowner these are the items they left off.
Okay, good.
And then we're going to supplement for them.
Okay, good.
Right.
Good.
And then the insurance says no. Then we're calling Matt.
Okay. That's exactly what I want. So they know what needs to be supplemented.
Yes.
Do they often, hey, Miles, you're on, by the way. Do they often pay a supplement where they turned it down to begin with, but then they'll do it in a supplement?
Yeah, there's times that they will.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, Miles, what's on your mind today?
Well, I'm kind of in a situation. My mother is in memory care right now.
Yes.
And we've got her house on the market. They have a lot of equity in it, but it's not moving. And we are running out of funds to pay for.
Is Frank Duran the real estate man on the job? Who do you have it listed with?
I called Frank, and he came out, and he was awesome, by the way. But it's kind of a unique property. It's a farm property outside of Boulder.
So he didn't handle it.
No, he gave me a Brad and Jay Brooks.
Okay.
Who he recommended.
Okay. Where is the property?
It's in between Boulder and Longmont, kind of by the Boulder Reservoir.
Nice area.
It's real desirable.
How much land?
It's 2 acres.
Okay. And is it in a subdivision?
Yes, but across the street from them, from the front of the house, is open space. They can't build on it.
Okay, so it's in a subdivision, though, of other 2-acre lots?
The other ones are smaller. This was an old dairy farm at one time, and so it has a lot of.
It was broken up into lots. What I need to know is when you're standing on the lot that is yours or your estate, the estate. When you're standing on that lot, what do you see around you? Do you see houses that are $1 million, or do you see houses that are $200,000?
Oh, they're $1 million plus.
Okay, so this is a really nice subdivision.
It's older, but it's desirable.
Now,
and,
what about? I'm just trying to get a feel for this to tell you where to go. What about the actual property itself? Is there a house on your 2 acres?
Yes.
Okay, what kind of house? What size?
Well, the problem with the house is that it's very old and has a lot of deferred maintenance.
How big is it? How big is the house?
It's probably about 3,000.
Okay. So if you had to put a number on that house, the repairs and stuff, what would it come to make the house in really good condition? Now, some people might want to fix her upper, but some people may not. But what if you had to put a price on it? Did you ever get an estimate on what it will cost to fix that house up?
It depends on the buyer. We've had over 60 showings coming in, and a lot of them would want to scrape the house because they love the property. But you're talking paying $950 for the house and then putting another $1 million house on it.
Right.
Not a lot of people are.
I'm going to tell you something right now. A 2-acre lot, if it's in the right place, you could end up getting $1 million an acre if it's a really super duper, or not $1 million. I meant $500,000 an acre. That's not out of line with a really, really high class development. I don't know what this is because I can't see it. Is there a name of the development? What's the name of it?
It's called the Glens, I think, or I'm not sure. I can give you the address. And you can look it up on Zillow.
Go ahead. Yeah, give us the address. What is it?
It's 5939 Niwot Road.
Oh, man, it came right. Jesus, it came up. The very first thing It came up. I just put in 593 and 5939 Nyrot Road came up, and I'm looking at Redfin. What a beautiful, beautiful property. It's beautiful. I got to take a break. I'll be right back. Okay, so hold on. We'll give you our opinion coming up.
On this hold, while we take this small break, and we'll get right back to it. Thank you.
Can you send me the call screen of this one? The call screen link one more time?
Is that near Boulder?
Who needs it? Between Boulder and Longmont.
Let me see. Is it your iHeart Media thing?
Correct, yeah.
I don't know why. Why do people lose the link once in a while? Why is it that?
What did they lose?
The link where I have to re-invite them. They can't get in.
I don't know.
TLDR,
like,
Ryan logged in and logged me out, and I can't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for some reason you're on. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Take it.
There's a lot of trees around it.
5293.
Yeah,
5939 Newott Road.
You can scroll back, check the address. I think so. Yeah, let me back it up and find the address. I think that's it. And there's a lot of vacant. I'm surprised Frank didn't want to. Yeah, there it is. 5939.
That's radio to 64,000. It's happening. Excel Roofing, your local home service company for 33 years. Call now for our $99 gutter cleaning special. Restrictions apply. 761.
He's got it listed.
00. Get an honest roof assessment before you call your insurance.
The property's nice, but I'm not. Obviously
that major road right next to it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Am I looking at the property right? I must be the one front and center.
5939 Nywat 900.
I think I agree. It's a scraper.
Yeah, it is. That's the house, right? You look. Yeah.
I like all the trees behind.
Oh yeah, it's a scraper. There's no doubt in my mind. Oh, the house is a piece of shit inside. Did you see it?
Low.
I didn't see the inside.
Give an estimate of bringing it up to snuff. The barn.
You see all these help buildings.
It's a liability. Nobody's buying it. It's 2 acres. It's beautiful 2 acres, I think.
You need to lower the price. Says parents have a lot of equity. Well, but you can't afford to keep paying for it.
Those big concrete silos are a liability. Man. What the hell is that?
What the hell's in those?
Is that a loft?
Silos?
Horse stalls?
Got apple tree.
The houses around them aren't that. The houses around them aren't that great.
You're always thinking.
Yeah, you can make a ton of port in that. Bourbon? Yeah.
It looks
single
like a property
barrel
for bourbon.
Single silo bourbon.
It is pretty.
Shemansky bourbon. Doesn't that sound nice?
It rings nice.
Shemansky bourbon. I want a shot of single barrel Shemansky.
Yeah, they already took Maker's Mark.
Right. Mark's buying, so I'll take
Which
a
is
triple.
not a bad whiskey at all. I like that.
You should see the distillery. That is beautiful.
Is it incredible?
Oh my God.
I love Maker's Mark. Just their standard.
I dipped my own bottle when I was there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, in
to get waxed up?
Waxy
Yeah.
That's got to be expensive.
They must have higher end stuff other than the regular stuff.
Oh,
I'm
for
used
sure.
to. Yeah.
Special edition or limited edition stuff. Yeah.
Shemansky single barrel malt. How does that sound?
Incredible. Where's it at? Kentucky?
Kentucky.
I think they're all. I like Woodford. That's my favorite.
That's another good.
That's
I've been to
I
all
think
of them.
Woodford's a lot better than Maker's Mark, in my opinion.
Buffalo Trace is my go-to.
I don't like Buffalo
Well, I like.
Trace
Well,
that
so they
much.
make
my sister.
Weller.
I can't believe that you actually.
No, I think
drink
Buffalo
all that
owns
stuff.
Weller.
My God, it's so hard on.
We went to a Buffalo Trace tasting in the spring.
Harlan White. He's a famous
And
guy.
the Harlan
Wheatley
was there, and
His Wheatley vodka. He has his own vodka. Did you know that?
I mean it's good, but there's others that I like.
Buffalo does Weller, Eagle Rare, Blanton's.
Never heard of them.
Are you guys talking all liquor?
Yeah, I'm getting thirsty. Let me make a run down the street.
You guys, you like whiskey? It's rot gut. I mean, I could.
I like bourbon. Yeah,
there's a dip. Sip it, or do you put it?
Yeah, sip it.
I mean,
or an old fashioned. I like it but I
can't. Well, these guys are going. I have to have such little amounts. Like when I drink it,
it kind of burns.
Now, yes,
it burns.
I used to love a hot toddy. I used to love a mixed drink, but mainly I like a margarita or something, or a martini. I like that.
I like vodka more.
I know you for your martini drinking.
I can't have any alcohol for the rest of my life. My doctor said, because I just can't.
You can't drink alcohol anymore?
Can't have a beer?
Nope. I hate beer anyway.
Yeah.
But I love wine. I can't. No.
Can you still drink a little wine?
Is that because of the Whipple stuff?
They said nothing.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you had a martini last month.
Yes, because of the stomach, and I don't.
Because your digestion's all.
They rearranged me so.
God damn, that sucks.
Where the stomach meets the part that was. There's no in between. There's just something.
There's no.
In that.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Okay, I looked at the subdivision here, 5939 Niwot. If you guys want to go see it, Niwot Road online, 5939 Niwot in Longmont. I said a beautiful property. I mean the property itself. I don't mean the house. I don't mean the neighborhood. And if he said these surrounding homes are over $1 million, they're all scrapers in my opinion. I mean, the other ones aren't as bad as his. His house is truly a scraper. No one's going to pay that amount of money and then put Mark to put into that house with siding and the interior you saw, they have to be gutted.
Right, yeah.
It's 1950s interior.
Ceiling heights are off. I mean,
it's not worth it, right?
Right. It's and I do fix and flips. I mean, my wife and I personally, we do them selectively, and that one I would scrape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the property, the trees around it, the views, it's a beautiful property, but I don't think the neighborhood is that desirable. It has power lines. It's not underground, and but it should sell for the right price. Obviously, how long has it been on the market? By the way,
we put on the market about 6 months ago.
Oh wow! And you've had showings. What are the comments you get on the showings?
Well, I know it's going to sell eventually. A lot of it is it's too much work,
right?
That's right. To get it up far. I know eventually it's going to sell. They have a lot of equity in it. What the real issue that I'm having is that I'm trying to figure out how to pay for my mother to be in memory care because we're kind of running out of funds. We were hoping that we would be able to sell the house and we'd be fine. I didn't know if there
is that house in her name.
It is now. My father just passed.
Okay, if it's in her name and she owns it, that's going to count against her for Medicaid, right? That's going to be okay.
We've got her in a nice facility now.
Yeah.
We know we're going to sell the property. It will eventually sell.
Right.
And then
okay, how much is there any money owed on the property?
Yeah, $250.
$250. And how old is she?
She'll be 90 this month.
This might be a stretch. Does she have to be in memory care?
She's getting that way. The reason she was in memory care is my father definitely had to have memory care. He had dementia, and
if she was residing in this house, she could get probably of the equity. They could probably go to 60% loan to value. I say probably. It might be 50%, but I think it's more like 60. But then I was saying then let's see where that goes. Let's say, what would the house appraise for? Do you know? I mean, the property, have you had it appraised?
No. We've had it on the market.
Well, you don't even know what it's worth.
I haven't had an official appraisal.
Okay. But you okay. Let's say if it was $1 million, if it's worth $1 million because of the land and all that, and then you took, let's say, 55% of that would be 550. But no, that wouldn't be enough, because then you'd have to subtract the 250 to pay it off, and you'd end up with $300,000 in cash, and she'd never have to pay it back. It would accrue against the property, but she could live there, and with that $300,000, maybe pay for help. But I don't think that's enough. No, it's not enough.
Well, we've already sold all their belongings.
Okay, so they can't. She can't go back. You know, you say it's going to eventually sell. Does your real estate broker recommend you lower the price?
We're talking about that
because you have the horse barn in the back. I don't know what conditions in, but that could also have to be a scraper. And you have those 2 silos. I don't know if you got the right buyer who has horse. Is it zoned for horses or not?
Yes, you can have it's rural residential.
So if you can put the horse barn, if you had people that had a few horses and don't mind, living like that. A lot of horse people are kind of like that. I hate saying that, but they might live like that, and they don't mind a house from the 1950s or whatever that decor is. When was that house built?
The house was built in the 20s.
Oh, in the 20s, my God. Yeah.
It's like the original, that whole subdivision, everything was a dairy farm at one time.
Yeah.
And that was the original house that owned all that land around it. And eventually he subdivided it.
So your question is, what do you do to stem? You may have to get, I don't know what else to tell you. You got to get a loan on the house. But I don't think she can get a reverse loan because she's not living there. That's the problem.
No, we've already got a second on it.
Wait. You have it, so you don't owe just $250. How much do you owe?
It's $145 on the front.
Oh, you have a second. Okay, you might want to refi both of those into another loan to get cash out. You might have to do that.
Yeah, call John over at CMG.
You get your $250,000 and you pay it off and take more cash out of it. I mean, loan to value wise, you should be fine. I want to talk to John Clace to see what he has to say. Hold on. I got to take this break.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
Here, still seeing a tie-up on 270. It's been in place most of the morning with a couple of problems. Eastbound 270 at York, right lane stalled, and backups are to I-25. The westbound side, not nearly as bad as...
It's right in the control room. You know how to get there?
No, I did.
Okay. Help yourself. There's plates, napkins.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Are there real plates? Are there real plates back there?
Better be.
I know where they're at. I know where they're hidden here in the break room.
All right, I'm good to go.
Right.
You're back. Oh, you guys first. You guys are the important.
Go for it.
Yeah.
You're not having any?
I'm having avocado. I'm behaving myself.
Joe Lazara is a criminal defense attorney, and he can defend you after free initial consultations always. And then if you decide to hire him, there's no obligation. It's a flat rate quoted up front. 303-429-6200. You know, we love talking about the guaranteed lowest prices. You're never going to get a price like this for a AC refurbishment. I'm talking fix it 24/7. What great people for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. The name says it all. They want to help fix things and keep them running longer. And they do free second opinions if you're told you need something new. But for $39, if you've never had this done, they do an extreme clean tune and check of your AC. I mean, they spread out the parts. They clean every nook and cranny, and they put it all back back together with a no breakdown guarantee. Adds life and efficiency. Dirt and Grime, the #1 killer of your AC. Give them a call to avoid costly breakdowns. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. FixMyHome.com.
You're going to love that pizza.
Yeah, good.
I did extra cheese. They better fucking put it.
I did.
What's the name of this place?
Yeah, it's
Oh, what? All right, I texted and called John.
How's Madeline?
She's good.
Yeah? Busy with work?
I said I texted and called
She loves her
John.
job. That I know.
She's a workaholic, but we're shooting for not this July, but the following July that she's done.
Oh, she's going to retire?
Hope so.
I've heard that.
I don't know. I think when it gets closer, she'll all the tough time with it.
Four of us need to get together soon.
Yeah.
I'll try to set up a dinner or something.
Do something.
You guys going to the Sphere for Metallica?
Probably. We might take a chat. But
No,
I
I already-
can't imagine we won't go see that. Are you going to go see it?
Probably. Same. I just figured it's way later in the year. I'll fuck with it.
Yeah.
Late summer.
Freaking, Mark does these, I'm sure we've told you guys, like, he gets those Allegiant luge seats, and we buy 8, we sell 6, we
Yeah.
make a killing.
I don't know if you can do that with the Sphere, though. Maybe.
No, you can't. But anyway, freaking, we did this for Bruno Mars coming up. It's the first night of his tour. He is not selling. He is not like all that in a bag of chips or something. We'll make a couple grand off of it, but we're not going to go now. I mean,
Really?
Yeah, we'll just sell it. I'm not like a huge fan. He's
hot.
such a deal.
He was hot shit.
Yeah, I've never been a huge fan, but for the whole food and drinks and, the nice experience, I was, hoping we'd see him.
He did the Super Bowl, I think.
Yeah.
He was a big
mother
one.
was in
Yeah.
memory care. They're trying to
Anyway.
sell the whole.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you.
Yes.
Not
Okay. So
really
the
my-
mother owns a home, but she's
pop music,
in
but-
nursing home.
Yeah, it wasn't bad music.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, like, I would
Memory
have gone,
care.
but I don't think we're going
And she's
now.
trying to
It's
sell
only
the
from
home
tomorrow.
to pay for the memory care.
Is it
All right.
Pepsi Center?
2 minutes.
No, it's Allegiant.
We're about 2 minutes.
I don't know that one.
That's Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh.
So we have luge seating,
Got
which
it.
is super sweet, Matt. Like, those are nice tickets. Like, recliners, you get your own waitress. It includes some nice food.
Oh, wow.
Like, they're nice seats. Super comfortable.
But you're not going.
I don't think we are. It's not a total no yet, but he's just not like Coldplay. Last year we made $8,000 on the same exact seats.
Yeah.
People that love Coldplay love.
I love Coldplay.
Yeah.
So
And I respect them. They've been around a long time now.
they have Chris Martin, super talented.
Yep.
Well, here's a bunch of comments on Bela, the first call about the saying
Oh,
she's
the
a liar.
gun? The gun lady?
Yeah. Do you not vet them before you go on the show? How would you vet somebody before you go on the show?
I got that.
Well, you just say, why are you calling?
RAEM must have an interest in that whole call
Not frivolous stuff.
to be that.
Who? Somebody's mad?
Bela did not tell the full truth. She even said there was a restraining order in place. Her husband legally signed over those firearms to his parents. He paid for each one of those.
Then
You want me to read it on the air?
Yeah, for sure. That's really pertinent.
I'm assuming that's somebody who knows Bela.
Yeah. Pizza, by the way, Suze, it is good.
It is.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's Pudge Brothers.
That's what we've been getting because Anthony sucks. This is
they've
right
gone
down off of
downhill.
Quincy.
They have gone downhill, Anthony's. Plus, that delivery was so funny, guys. I had it delivered to my house, never came. As proof of delivery, this woman. Yeah, she didn't speak. She didn't.
630 KHAL, an iHeartRadio station.
Martino here. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. I'm going to talk to John Clace here from CMG Financial. He's a partner in lending.com. He does all kinds of loans. John, we have a 90-something-year-old woman. She vacated the house. She's in memory care. They owe $250 on it in a first and a second. They owe $250 on a first and a second. And let's just say the house is a piece of junk, but built in the 20s. But maybe because of the property and the land, 2 acres, it might appraise, let's say, for $800, $900. I don't know. Maybe it will. The prices are crazy now. Who knows? I don't think it'll ever go more than that. Is there anything they can do? Let me bring him up too, so I don't have. Let me just bring him up. Hold on. Here's Miles.
Yeah,
go ahead, Miles.
She's already out. Yeah, can I interject?
Yeah, go ahead. That's why I brought you up. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. The property itself, the location is very, very desirable because you are 5 minutes or 10 minutes to Boulder, 10 minutes to Longmont, 5 minutes to the grocery store. It's very desirable.
Oh, and the lot itself is beautiful. The property around it's beautiful. The houses around it aren't that beautiful, John, but you can see where they're nowadays are going to be worth $1 million or more. But the subdivision is pretty.
Well, they're and we've done comparables on it. The property, if anything, we're kind of under. Under what it's worth. So.
What do you do, Miles? Do you really believe that would appraise for $1 million?
We got at $950 right now.
I'm not asking that. Do you think it would appraise for? You said you have it under the value. Well, how do you know that?
Well, because of the comparables that a real estate agent has done.
Did he do comparables? Did he do comparables on 1920s homes with deferred maintenance and all of that? Because there's a big difference between sale ready and fixing.
He did comparables on undeveloped property.
Okay.
So it's basically.
So this is for an investor, Tom. It sounds like.
It might be, but what can the family do to hold on to it? Let's just say, if it's non-occupied, can they do an all-in-one loan while they're waiting to sell it?
They can. Somebody's got to qualify. Now, obviously, mom in the house, but as long as you can qualify, if somebody can, the signer would have to go through the credit qualifying and income qualifying. But yeah, they could do it for sure.
So,
investor.
And have you had investors use the all-in-one loan for investment property?
We do. We do it on investment properties a lot. The only thing is it's not good for short term. So depending on what they're wanting to do it. So we do have some loans that if they just want to kind of keep it. And are they trying to sell?
Yeah, it's for sale right now. It's for sale right now. They're just trying to get a bridge loan.
Yeah. So Miles, we can do that. You'd have to reach out to me, but they're very limited on loan to value they'll give you and stuff. But if it's worth what you got and she owes that, I mean, I don't know how much you're looking for, but you'd probably get somebody to throw a couple $100,000 on top of what you already have on a bridge loan type of thing. Kind of just
that's kind of what we're looking at.
What you're looking for.
I know we're going to sell it. But right now we're out of our funds that we've been paying because we had to put them in memory care a year ago.
How much is her memory care every month?
It's $9,500 a month.
Oh my gosh! Plus, you have the mortgage payments on the house. What are the mortgage payments on the house?
Well, mortgage payment is pretty low. It's $800. Our insurance is $600. It's
all right.
Doubled.
Here's what I'm going to tell you, okay?
Yeah.
I think you should call John. He's very creative. Just on the off chance you guys can get a bridge loan. I don't suggest you get a third unless you have great interest rates. But it could. I don't know, John. Do you even do thirds or not?
No. What we would do is we'd probably take out the current second and then do do a 1 second. Probably people first in line there and just do take out the current second and get them money.
On your second, what percent is your second right now?
I'm not sure. Sewer Credit Union.
Okay.
It's a HELOC.
It's going to go. So what John Clace is recommending is taking out that second and let them throw some money on top of it to stem the times before you sell it. And that'll get you through the hard time. It really will. Okay, I'm Tom Martino. More coming up.
Yes. Yeah, tell Miles to talk to John.
Yeah.
Hey, Miles, did you need John's information?
Yeah, it is.
Awesome. Yeah, I can give you the phone number and I have the website too. Which one do you want first?
And we got it. That's the main thing.
Yeah, KLASS.
Pizza
She's saving up for.
I'm not going to lie.
She's saving up for a glass of water.
Partnerinlending.com.
Okay.
It's going to be 303.
All right. If you want the lowest prices in plumbing, you want EuroplumbingColorado.com. They can repipe your whole house with the drywall for less than anyone can do it using PEX piping, the forever pipe. Never worry about leaks. Never worry about freezing. It's great. And they do the drywall too. Now, they can do water heaters starting at $14.99. You heard me. That plus they're tankless experts. Whatever they do, the lowest price guaranteed. Put them to the test. EuroplumbingColorado.com 720-500-3000 720-500-3000. All right. I am a pizza fool.
Yeah, Tom likes to wander back.
It's pretty good pizza.
I really
We like it on Fridays.
He's like a keto kind of guy. So he'll have like 3 or 4 pieces. Nope.
You know the Shamrock food delivery trucks you see?
Uh-huh.
We got a Shamrock food service warehouse.
I bet it.
Plus, it's not Friday. I don't know if my digestive system.
We got briskets.
How did you end up there?
I was just looking for this Cajun food called Boudin. You're moving to Louisiana, maybe. You gotta check Boudin out. Anyway, it's
How do
hard
you
to
spell
find.
that?
I was just related.
Boudin.
You're Tom. You come first.
And
Yes.
it came up on Google or whatever that this Shamrock might have it. So I just went in there and I just couldn't believe it. I mean, it's made for people that own
Did you buy
restaurants.
Tom?
Is it in Colorado?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right over there. It's not too far from Rockland Stadium.
You can go in there and,
Yeah.
and
It's
buy,
open to the
even though
public.
it's commercial?
Yeah.
Is it the Louisiana Cajun sausage they make?
Well, so they don't have it. Google said that they might have it.
You probably wouldn't.
That's what led me there. And they didn't have it. They can order it.
Zillennial?
But I spent about half an hour just walking around.
Zillennial?
Holy shit, if you need 5 gallons of nacho
money. We
cheese.
still have
Just
You don't know what a
Shamrock
check
Warehouse.
is. You've never written a check.
Yeah, I just didn't know you could go into those warehouses.
entirely true.
It's in
Chick-fil-A.
Well, I mean, there's other Cajun sausages out there. Why the Boudin? I mean, how about the Andouille or what's the
Andouille or
There's a brand starts with a Z.
Zatarain's?
Yeah, is that just not as good?
Yeah, Boudin is a rice pork kind of product in a sausage casing.
It actually says that. I
And then
see.
I was introduced
Yeah.
to taxes at the same time.
And I used to
too.
eat it a lot when I lived in Texas. And you just can't find it here. It's just not a thing.
Open it up again. I was like,
But
they took half.
This freaking store, though, if you're ever doing a brisket or ribs,
Yeah.
or you want to buy like ribeye
And then more money you make, the more money
in
they're
bulk,
taking.
and you cut it yourself,
Yeah.
go there.
Do you cook a lot?
Yeah, I
fun.
travel so much. I mean, when I'm home, so I do. I grill. I make a lot of like soup and chili that'll last 3 or 4 days.
Be an adult.
I want to be a grown up.
I brought you
No, you don't. You really
And Mark,
don't.
if you and Madeline are sourdough fans, I'll put you on the list.
Did you bring it?
I brought you one, yeah,
Thank
and
you.
Tommy one, but I couldn't bring Mark one. I wasn't sure if you guys liked it anyway. Okay, good.
Yeah, I told you on Facebook. Put my name on one.
Yeah.
Thank you. Both of them. I love that stuff.
I'll hook you up next. It's my new hobby, Mark.
Wow.
I did know that.
Oh, you did? Okay, sweeto. I'll put you on my list then.
So are you getting it down pretty good? Were you?
I think I'd like a picture of the crumb when you cut it open, if you don't mind.
Tell me what is the
Sourdough is one of
novelty about it?
It's just it's easily digestible. It's one of the healthiest breads you can eat. It's 3 ingredients, and it's just an art. I mean, of trying to master it. I had some sourdough pizza in Austin over the holidays, and I'm like, I gotta learn to make sourdough, and I've been obsessed. I've been making like 4 loaves a week, but I gift most of them. So, but I want your honest. Yeah, it's in the car for you.
Have you adjusted it at all?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm learning there's different stages, and it's like, okay, I'm not getting this stage quite right, so I got to fix that.
Chemistry experiment.
It is. It's what it feels like. It's been a science experiment in my house for 3 months. I feel like it's crazy.
I love it. It's so good.
I baked.
Better for you than
usually lose.
Yeah.
90%. Why do they call it sourdough?
It does have a little bit of a sour to it.
Is that because the bacteria is messed up?
I guess
Because
so.
it's like it's trying to kill itself?
Like, I literally have my little starter. It's flour and water. I have to feed it every week. It eats the flour.
That's what I wanted to ask about. The starter. Isn't it true that people get really proud of the starters?
Oh, hell. Yes. There's like 1,000-year-old starters out there.
How old is yours?
Oh, mine's 3 months.
That producer here, Brian Schuling, he does a great show.
Morning 6 to 10.
I got to tell you guys, I love you both.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHAL.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-8255. Let's talk to Sarah. Hi, Sarah. What's going on?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I got myself involved, unfortunately, with a exterior and siding and window, company that came and solicited me door to door. Yes, I have found out this was a very huge mistake. I'm retired. I'm a widow. I live alone.
Sarah, can you tell me? Let's examine this. When you said you're stuck, or something like that, how did this all start? Was there a storm or something in the neighborhood, or was it just knocking on the door?
Knocking on the door.
Okay, and what did they say to you? We happen to be in the neighborhood, and blah blah blah. How did they come on to you?
Yes. We happen to be in the neighborhood, and we're representing this exterior company, and we'd like to, we can give you a free estimate on your soffit and fascia. That's how they came to me.
Okay,
soffit and fascia.
Okay, so what went wrong? I mean, obviously they gave you an estimate and you must have thought it was pretty good, right? First of all, did you need siding and windows?
No, I didn't need siding and windows, and I do have a couple of areas on the outside of my house. For example, 2 poles, like posts that hold up the porch roof that are separating, and so I wanted them to just look at that.
Okay, but what is the contract for? How much work is the contract for? Like, what are they doing according to the contract?
When they came to, then a different person came later.
Can you just tell me first, what is in the contract? Windows, doors, siding, what?
Complete siding, insulation, trim, gutters.
What about no windows?
No windows.
Okay, so it's siding and insulation and trim, and that's it? Just the siding, basically. There's no other... And gutters.
And all my gutters.
Got it.
And
now,
all my gutters.
How big is your house?
2,500 square feet.
And it's a 1 story?
2 stories.
Okay, what was the bid for that?
$82,000.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You got ripped off here. You got totally ripped off. No, you got totally ripped off. Oh my goodness. You signed an $82,000 contract. Did they start the work? I hope not. Did they?
No.
When did you sign that contract?
February 16th.
Did they give you on that contract, since it was sold to you at your house, is there a 3-day right to rescind on there?
There was, but I did not. Here's another problem. I am claiming that they never gave me a copy of that contract. I did ask them. I said, oh my gosh, well, what if I change my mind? He said, you have 3 days. That's all. No explanation of what to do if I wanted to cancel. They're claiming that they immediately sent me a copy of the contract. I have no record of this contract.
How did they say they sent it?
Me. They claim in an email.
Okay. Listen, Sarah, this is a serious problem, but I'm going to tell you this. It's almost worth it to just, settle and get out of it, or wait for them to come after you. The $82,000, I'm telling you, Mark, you hang on. We need to talk to you, Sarah, and give you some direction. But $82,000 on a 2,500 square foot 2-story house for siding and gutters, $82,000 is unbelievable. We'll talk about it coming up. What should that be?
We just have to take this quick.
Right,
30?
No, because siding has gotten expensive, but
Yeah, but it shouldn't be that.
But it depends on what kind of siding they're doing too.
But what did you say? It was 2,500 square feet house, 1 story?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably half. Probably half.
Did she say who the contractor was?
Not yet.
She gave some names, Sasha and Sacha or something. Oh, this is terrible. She got talked into it. Oh, God.
But she didn't pay, right? She just signed it?
We don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
We don't know anything.
I'm just getting all excited.
I know.
I can't believe somebody knocked on her door and convinced her to
Facing a job loss, considering a
sign something for something she didn't need to begin with.
Yes.
I can't believe this. Look what Chopper gave me.
Chopper gave it to you?
Yeah, it's a Denver Police helicopter shirt. I thought it was used, but it's brand new. And it's my color and my size.
Nice.
He must. Guess I better start liking him.
Yeah, Chopper's such a little sweetie.
Yeah.
He's not always a little shit stirrer.
I thought it was just a bag of poop or something. The way he did that.
Special report from ABC News. I'm Michelle Bradley. And Bondi is out as Attorney General. President Trump making the decision to replace his top cop at the Justice Department.
My size,
growing criticism of Bondi's handling of the Epstein files and other high-profile cases.
I don't smell him on it.
The president continues to push for the DOJ to do more to prosecute his so-called political enemies.
I think President Trump has also made clear he believes that
So I think the next Artemis
more aggressive in charging others.
trip to the moon, they're going to land on it. And then the one after that is supposed to go to Mars.
Yep, got more of that for you, buddy.
I wonder how soon the Mars one will be.
That's probably going to be another 2 years. I got a buddy that's thoroughly convinced that the world is flat.
And he's convinced you never went to the moon.
Right.
No one's been to the moon, the world's flat, and Taylor Swift is the devil.
Conspiracy theory.
Those are the 3 things.
He doesn't truly.
It's a trio.
He does, man. He's Bible. He's Bible.
We know some flat earthers.
The firmament is basically a disc with a contact lens over it. That's what he thinks that the Earth is. Now here come the YouTubers listening to me talk about it.
Some of those YouTubies believe that shit.
No,
Crazy. They do. JR from the roads. Chemtrails, flat Earth.
The ice wall.
I've never heard.
The ice wall is what is at the edge of the flat Earth.
Blessings.
The ice wall.
No. People.
And keeps us all in.
Yeah.
So why hasn't anyone ever run into it?
Santa Claus. It's too cold for ships to get there.
The ice wall theory. I've never heard that.
Oh yeah, that's part of it.
I do like the Y-Files. I don't know if you ever watch any Y-Files. He talks about all this kind of stuff.
Conspiracy theories.
And then he'll dive into it. Figure out what he thinks is true and what's not.
It's proposing that Antarctica is not a continent at the bottom of the globe, but it's a continuous 360-degree ice ring holding in the world's ocean.
Plausible, right?
Well, I think it's a hot blog.
Love it.
Yeah, and all the images from space, that's all fake.
Oh, that's all BS Star Wars government shit.
Right off the bat. I've got a list of best stuff on my desk, okay? A week later, she sends out
Cell phones just operate on
everybody already had. Here's all the new stuff.
The best is Taylor Swift is the devil. I was like, you got it.
Jim
She's
Carrey's
influencing the election.
Jim Carrey is a lizard. Lizard man.
The actor? Jim Carrey? I never heard that.
Yeah. He's one of the lizard people.
Todd Blanche.
Too much.
I don't believe one damn conspiracy theory. Was his lawyer. I am fascinated with the JFK shit.
That is kind of crazy, huh?
He doesn't believe 9/11 happened or was government.
Right. Same guy that believes the Twin Towers were detonated by charges.
What else was he? Elaine Maxwell was his best friend. Oh, Todd. I believe so. It was one of them. It was her. Nick A30.
Thank you, Tommy.
These family members have got on YouTube, Tommy, if you want me to read some of their comments for the Bela call.
For sure.
They have their side. They don't want to come on, but they have left some comments I can read for you.
For sure. Absolutely.
Can't. It is so. Ever since I started working, I've like.
You enjoying your pizza, Bo?
Yes,
even though it's on a paper plate.
No, he's got a real plate. I told him. I told him he better fucking clean it.
No, he did.
Get a real plate.
I know where all the stash is, like at Tom's house.
No,
it's under lock and key.
I wish I took
It's rude if you don't clean it.
Oh, I'm going to wash it.
Is there a trail?
And
Not yet.
I mean, some people do things out of convenience.
Last Friday.
I'm going to run the dishwasher on this one plate. I'm going to handle it. I'm only going to wash
He
it.
goes to Tom's and bitches that Tom has red Solo cups and paper plates.
Hey,
I'm only going to wash it with one hand, Tom.
some people wash solo cups.
Sunday.
Yeah, some people do, man.
I know it.
So what
I know it's
happened
really
on
not
Monday? Was it her husband that was wearing? No, that was the other person. Whose husband was wearing a bra?
What?
That was somebody else.
You lost me there.
No. The South Carolina governor. Naomi, the one that just got fired.
I saw a little blurb on that this morning.
Yeah.
Nomi or whatever her name is, her husband. Is that how you say her name?
Yeah,
Nomi?
he was cross-dressing
Oh my gosh.
Unless you're like Tom
and flirting with others.
They don't believe I have a real
I don't know if I believe all this because then he was sending those pictures to other women. Why would you cross-dress and send pictures to women? You must be gay, right?
Yeah.
So weird.
How do you do
that math doesn't.
Oh, here, 303. Oh, they might be calling in.
It just slides right off.
Yeah, and I didn't want all the.
What's their? Hey, Axe.
What?
The family of that Bela girl might be calling in. The girl with the husband that committed suicide at the top of the show.
Really? Okay.
So they just a heads up, they might be calling in.
Okay. Is Bela gonna come back or are we?
I don't think. Do you have Bela's number?
I should.
Give her a call.
Let me
If
see.
the family comes on, give her a call. See if she wants to listen in.
Hang on. Okay, let me see.
Well, that would be kind of wild.
It's Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it. Do you want me to call her?
If the other people.
Okay, right.
Tell her, call her and just say, look, we think his family's calling in. We wanted you to listen in case you had comments.
Okay.
And then get her in queue.
Okay.
I'm going to wash the plate. One-handed. It's got to take twice.
Yeah.
getting something done for the American people. Now, plus, Sonia Labasco, you won't believe what's going on with air marshals on the Joe Pag Show. Tonight from 6 to 9 on 630 KHOW. Yeah.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. Been a busy morning, busy afternoon, and we welcome you. We love when you call us around the clock, and then we can call you back. Every morning we go to the voicemail and get everyone who is listening and who left a message at 303-MARTINO, or you can call live 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. And our local line in the studio is 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. RenewHomeInnovations.com. This hour brought to you by RenewHomeInnovations.com. Beautiful walk-in showers for Italian porcelain imported. And they do it in 2 or 3 days. You have a year to pay with no interest. RenewHomeInnovations.com. Okay, so by the way, we had a call earlier in the day that's getting a lot of reaction. This woman called and said, my ex-husband committed suicide. I had just left him. He committed suicide. And his mom and dad came and took everything, $80,000. $80,000 of his stuff out of the house, including a bunch of guns. And Bela wanted to know, what can we do about it? And our estate planning attorney said, you know, it's not police aren't going to get involved. They're not going to get, it's a civil matter. But if there was no will, and if Bela was still technically married to him, even though they were separated, there was no divorce. If Bela was still married to him and there's no will, everything is owned by Bela. The parents had no right to go in there and take anything. So probably in civil court, she would win. Of course, that's a pain in the ass, isn't it? Now, you said there were people commenting on YouTube, Suze. Explain that.
I did. Well, some family members caught wind of Bela's call, and they made some comments on YouTube. But that being said, Tom, the brother of the gentleman that committed the deceased, he is on line one.
Okay.
And I think maybe they want to speak instead of me reading.
Jeremy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Now, is it your brother who committed suicide?
Yeah, that's correct.
That's a terrible, terrible thing. I'm sorry for your loss. So did you know his ex-wife? Did you know his, I say ex-wife, they were actually still married. Did you know his wife, Bela?
Yeah, I mean, she was a part of the family for 18 years. I was in school with her since the 3rd grade. So yeah, it was, I pretty much grew up with Bela.
Okay. What do you think about what she's saying?
So as far as stuff that was taken from the house the day of his suicide, to the best of my knowledge, it was all purchased with company money. Therefore, his business partner is the one who took possession of that stuff.
Okay, so it wasn't the parents. It was his business partner, as we originally said.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, my mom was pretty much in the bedroom the entire time, just grieving, and, everybody was just consoling.
Okay, so the business partner, and that's exactly what I thought. The business partner claims he has ownership. Exactly what I thought. And so if he claims he has ownership, how do you refute that? You know what I mean? Do you think he had a right to take that stuff, Jeremy?
Personally, I don't know. I guess I would say I advocate for the business partner in the terms of it was purchased with the company's money on a company credit card, and the company is who retained the receipts.
But you understand that Bela would own half of that company.
Yeah, that's where I don't understand the whole legalities of it.
Well, it's very simple. It's very simple. If you die intestate, which is without a will, there's a line of succession, and the very first one is your husband or wife.
Yeah. So since they weren't divorced, no, I understand that 100%. I didn't understand since it was because it was purchased through the company, or like how that works entirely. Like,
well, bottom line is whatever he owned in the company, she now owns in the company. So that business partner really, I mean, if they own everything 50-50, he had no right to take it all. I mean, what did he do with the stuff? Did he sell it?
I have no idea. That's not. I'm not really involved on that side of it.
Are you involved in it at all, Jeremy? Like what? I just want to know. Like, do you know? You were there. Do you know what went on? I mean, do you believe the business partner? Is he a good guy or what?
Yeah, I mean, he's absolutely 100% a good guy. Like, him and Bela never had any qualms or anything. It wasn't really until the divorce that this, feud kind of came about between, like the business and Bela. I know that there was.
And how about your brother? Did your brother get along with his partner?
Oh yeah, 100%. They were pretty much best friends. So, as far as that stuff, I mean, from what you're telling me, sure. I mean, I guess that if that is how the law works, then Bela inherits that. As far as the firearms go, those weren't taken that day out of the house, though.
When were they taken?
I would say 2 to 3 weeks prior to his death. It was a court order by a state judge.
Oh.
He had to surrender the firearms because of the protection order put in place.
Who did he surrender them to?
To my parents. And they had to pay the FFL transfer fee through the ATF and everything.
Oh, so everything
they did it right. Were all transferred.
So
legally.
They were transferred legally before he died, and he had every right to do that, and Bela would have no right to those guns at all.
Yes, and when the protection order was filed, I mean, she didn't, say, hey, I want these, transfer them to me or anything, to the best of my knowledge anyway.
Okay, but that clears up a lot. Bela thought the parents came in and took everything. You're saying the parents didn't take everything, and the guns were not taken that day. The guns were taken 2 or 3 weeks before because of a protection order, and they were afraid he was going to commit suicide. So the parents legally had them transferred to them. So we have two parties involved, Bela. We have two parties involved, Bela and Jeremy. We have the parents who are legally entitled to take those firearms if he signed them over to them, and they own them. They would not be part of the estate if he did that before he died. However, after he died, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, and they've already been through a litigation process of the firearms.
What litigation process? What do you mean a litigation process?
So she did file a lawsuit against my parents already. I know they've already been through court with her.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly the outcome of it. I think that she was awarded the guns, but she has to now pay the FFL transfer fee for each and every firearm.
I would be I actually would be shocked if she was awarded the guns, except under this circumstance. When he gave them up, maybe he actually give up ownership to his parents? And if he did,
no, he didn't.
Oh, okay. What did he do, Bela?
So I got a protective order against him.
Oh, you got it. You got the protection order.
Protect me. I was the protected party.
And then, as part of the protection order, he was ordered to get rid of the guns, right?
Yes.
And did he transfer them to his parents?
He had to have them do background checks, and they were a third party to hold them temporarily.
Okay.
He did not transfer them to the parents as owners.
Okay. So then upon his death, if he owned them, you would now own them.
That's correct. It was marital property.
Okay. And so they're not disputing that, are they?
No, they admitted that they have to give them back.
Okay. So that part's settled. You're going to get the guns back. Now at issue are the other property that Jeremy says his parents didn't take that stuff. He's saying the business partner was a business partner and took that stuff, Bela.
And the mother let them in, gave them access.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. The mother's not going to be held responsible here for letting him in. But he went in and took what he believed is rightfully his. Now, did you since call the partner and say, by the way, I own half of everything?
Yes, I did.
And what did he say?
And then he got lawyers involved.
And what did they say?
And so now my lawyers are working with his lawyers, but his lawyers and himself are unresponsive to my lawyers. They're completely ignoring me for the last 7 months.
Well, they can't ignore you if you file a lawsuit or they lose. So, I mean, did you file a lawsuit?
Yes, I did.
And
what we're waiting for is for a court date.
All right. So here's the bottom line. You're suing the business partner for your half of everything. I don't see how you lose. If you were still married to him and he died, how does this? Did the attorneys ever write to you saying why they believe you don't own it?
No, his attorneys admit that they have an obligation to pay the estate, Aaron's half. The issue is I got completely cut off from that income from our business, and I'm just stuck.
Who's the personal representative?
I'm the personal representative.
My God. So, I don't know, Jeremy, I guess, she's basically saying the same thing you are, right? I mean, you must, you know that the guns are going back to her and that she's entitled to half. What do you know? Hold on a sec. I have to ask Jeremy something. Since he talks to the business partner, I want to know if the business partner thinks now that the guy's dead that he owns everything. We got more on that coming up. Man, that's a lot more to the story. Holy shit. They did everything legally.
They did the firearms transfer legally, too.
And even though it was temporary, they did it.
The lawyer you had earlier, I forgot his name.
Dan McKenzie.
Yeah, he said that he couldn't speak on this because he's already involved in this case.
Oh, he said this case?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have to watch what I say because
I didn't hear it either.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know which side he's involved on.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Let me see. What do I
I'm surprised he even got on the air at all, really.
Alliance Roof and Solar, they do commercial solar systems, and you can too. They can help you and show you how to make money with that commercial system. If you're a landlord, you can actually put it on your building, your house, your townhome, and you can charge tenants for electricity, and it's totally legal. You can even save your tenants money and make money at the same time. Alliance Roof and Solar. They can show you if you have an agribusiness, maybe even a home-based business, how you can qualify for solar. The government pays 70 to 90% of it, and then you also make money selling the power. 303-704-2449. 303-704-2449. RedRocksRS.com.
Hey, Matt, I don't think he realized
what
that was his case when he came on the air.
Then he started putting it together.
Yeah, he put that together and went, oof.
But he was just talking the firearms issue. He didn't go into any details.
No, he didn't because of that.
Yeah.
Are you done with this siding company issue, Tom? Or are you going back to that? This Sarah girl on line 3?
I got to go back to her, man. I hope she's still on.
X.
Yeah, I juiced Sarah up. Are we letting go of...
Are we done with Jeremy and Bela?
Unless they have something else they want to say.
Okay.
Might be good to hang him around. It's an interesting story.
Family mess.
Your tubies from Sam.
It's an interesting company, too. It's some kind of oil welding company.
Who's Tima? Is it just somebody on the...
Tima?
Tim. His name is Tim. I don't know why he puts Tima. But
Tim Bella.
He's on.
He's the moderator.
He's on, yeah. Tim Medlin. One of them.
He's always making sure I don't put cuss words in the chat.
Okay, I got you.
He's the censor. But Sue's the ultimate censor. She's the censor over all. Even Marc Mager.
Mother Sue's.
How much you got mad at people?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What do you get on there for viewership? Usually like 100 people?
It's right here.
Yeah, well,
92 right now.
active, but over a week's, 2 weeks, months time, it's I don't. Mark keeps up with all that stuff. but
Sign up.
I know it's.
Sign up, Matt. It's an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
You learn something
I
about
have
the
done
show.
it. Like if I'm at home working on my desk, I'll have it on. But
Have one on.
I never really paid
YouTube.
much attention to how many people are actually watching it.
From time to time.
Just call him Paragon Man,
Yeah.
Paragon Man.
and I'll harass you.
Oh yeah.
Girl Friday is actually Axe's mom.
Oh, really?
Yep. She's the one. Well, she has a candy store. They do freeze dried candy. So they'll take like Skittles and put them in a freeze dryer. I have
Whoa.
learned so much. Yeah.
Wow.
I guess you can even put a steak in a freeze dryer and then rehydrate it, and it'll be great. I don't know. But they have a whole candy store.
Is that how you met him?
Girl Friday's been a fan for a while. We've met her a few times, and so she's like, hey, she sent me Axe's resume and was like, gave him a chance. He's worked out really well.
She's won Westward's best candy store, I think, 2 years
Yep.
in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I brought some of her candy in the break room. You could have it.
Yeah, it's
Big hunks.
It's good.
What kind of candy?
It's the freeze dried stuff. You weren't as crazy about it, Tom, when you got your Easter basket last year.
I don't really eat candy.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Give them all the mark.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I don't eat cake and pie and cookies. And
If I do, it ends up making me sick.
Just bourbon.
It's not worth it.
I've always been a fruit and vegetable kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm lucky, I guess.
Yeah, you know.
That's why you're so skinny. Good shape.
Yeah, all I eat is
Unlike me.
tomatoes and freaking.
Yeah, beer makes me eat terrible. I am misdisciplined. Get a
Yeah.
beer or two in me. I want fries loaded with cream chili and
Chili, cheese
and
dogs,
bacon.
Sticks.
Yeah, I don't know what
Nachos.
it is. But if I lay off the beer, I'm very disciplined.
Lay off the beer.
Are you guys still off the beer for now? Mark
No.
was on a keto thing for a couple of months.
We did the whole dry January thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it dry and shattered?
It wasn't dry. I doubt it
That's
was.
funny.
It was quite damp and shattered.
It was dry after you guys left. I drank everything in town.
I'm Box 31. This was by the TV-year-old with Kylie Burr.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster.com. If you price custom
Did Bayla have more to say?
know how expensive they can be.
Yeah, she wanted to give one more comment.
Okay.
Measure at home, install yourself, and
No.
Yes, Bayla has one more comment. The brother that was killed on the line.
Wait, not weeks.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khow.com.
Waterpros.net. Don't forget, you can get a wonderful whole house system for like around $6,000, fully installed with the healthiest water, the soft water, getting rid of all the chemicals, the plastics, the metals, the forever chemicals, the pharmaceuticals. My good, you'll never find a price like that anywhere else. Waterpros.net. Okay. So Bayla wants to sew things up. Then I'm going to go back to Sarah, who I believe was sadly ripped off by a siding company. But right now, Bayla, her husband, she was separated at the time. He committed suicide. And she said a lot of people took a lot of things they weren't entitled to. But now we're finding out that the parents took the guns temporarily because of a protection order that Bayla actually filed. And now the courts ordered that they give them back to Bayla because Bayla is the sole heir since he died without a will. We also have the ex-partner of his, or not the ex, but his partner at the time that he died. He owned half of a company with this guy. And that guy took a lot of stuff. But he claims he took it because the company owns it. And now the company's his, I guess. But Bayla says, I'm now the owner of my husband's share of that company, and she's right. What else did you want to say, Bayla?
Well, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to help me navigate this. This is something I never would have seen myself in, an ugly situation. I know my husband had mental health issues, and I know the healthy Aaron would not be happy or okay with the way that the family has betrayed me.
How do you think they portrayed you? Hold on. How do you think they betrayed you? Because they just took the guns temporarily, or do you feel like they were going to keep them?
There's a long story to it.
But how did they betray you? I don't understand. Did they hold it against you that he committed suicide because you left?
They're blaming me for his suicide.
Well, I understand that. I know it's wrong, but I understand it. They're saying if you just stuck with him, he would have been okay. I don't know. Maybe something like that. What are they saying?
Well, he had a mistress for 2 years that he met on OnlyFans and spent $20,000 from our company behind mine and the other business partners' back. And
on an OnlyFans site, that's a lot of tipping, isn't it? I mean, isn't that what they do? How did he spend $20,000 on OnlyFans?
He was spending. It was excessive.
I mean, I don't even. What about that platform? I mean, seriously, is there a membership fee? How does it work?
I've never been on it, Tom.
Well, I'm just curious. Does anyone know how it works?
I know a little bit about it, but I don't go on it. I just wanted to say that.
Just
I know nothing.
Is there a monthly fee?
So yeah, the people can basically charge a subscription to charge, but you can also tip in that subscription. So you subscribe and you can chat with that.
So
person
there's a membership.
Now,
when you chat with that person, what do you mean? Is it a private thing?
Yeah, it's DMs.
So it's kind of like, but can you do private shows like you're at a peep show or something?
You could on there, yeah.
So it's like they used to go to the strip club and look behind the glass, right? The curtain would open. You remember those? They had these booths where guys would pay to go in, and the curtain would open, and there would be a woman in a room. I mean, it looked like a zoo to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I never went to one, but I saw them. I saw them portrayed in movies. No, seriously, I've never been in a club ever, but I truly. I've heard about him, but how do you spend $20,000, Bela? It must have been a serious addiction. Serious.
It was a very serious addiction, and then he had a relationship with a girl.
Did he actually meet the girl?
No, not till 2 weeks before he took his life. She lives in a different country.
Did he go?
And the whole family befriended her. They're friends with her. And the reason why it was so much money is because he was direct depositing her $1,800 a month. Straight to her bank account.
He was paying her $1,800 a month.
Yes.
To do what?
He met her on OnlyFans. He wanted to be like he had a double life. In his mind, he was now.
He really believed that this woman in another country was his girlfriend?
Yep. And I have the bank statements to prove it.
And what was he paying her for? What was she doing for the money? Was he just paying her because he supposedly loved her, or was it for shows, or was it for membership? What was it for?
As like a sexual porn thing, and then it became a relationship, and then it became him just paying for her phone bill.
But was she still on? Was she still on OnlyFans during his relationship with her?
It was so secretive, I don't know.
Okay.
I found out after he passed away he had a burner phone I didn't know about, a second phone. I had no idea about.
Where was he? What country is this woman from?
Paraguay.
Yeah, so the money was maybe to get her here.
And they were trying to bring her here. He wrote a letter for his parents' behalf to bring her here from Paraguay, and the family agreed to it. It got denied.
Did they know?
That's
Hold
how
on.
They betrayed me.
Did they know that he was on this OnlyFans and that she was on this porn site?
Yes.
They knew that, and they befriended her.
Yes.
What kind of sick people are they? I mean, they were encouraging to have a relationship with a porn star on OnlyFans.
Correct.
And that they wanted to help her get over here. What, to marry him?
I don't know, but I found it in his phone, an official letter written on his parents' behalf to bring her out here, and they used their address to bring her out here, and it got denied. They're all friends with her on Facebook.
Oh my God. This is like out of the Twilight Zone.
It is. And they're mad at me because I left him for cheating on me for 2 years with this chick.
He probably said it wasn't cheating because it was online, right?
He said that he couldn't stop talking to her because it was like a drug and they were addicted to each other. and that if he were to stop talking to her, she would take her life.
Yeah, right.
So that's
She probably had
and
had a whole string of guys like him.
I know, but he had mental health issues. He wasn't well. He wasn't well.
I got
for the family to.
I got a text from someone who said these OnlyFans sites, these girls, that's how they make their real money, is through these stringing these guys along and making relationships outside of the platform. So I'll bet you they string along several of these guys, and these guys all think they have something special, and then I'll bet you eventually they ask them for money for a plane ticket or to come over to see them. And
It's a
these
sugar daddy, Tom.
Yeah, and then these guys feel like it's real when really she's probably doing it to 10 guys. They're probably making a lot of money.
You're right, Tom.
Think
10
about
guys.
this. If she gets 10 guys, let's say, to give her $1,000 a month, she could be making 10 grand a month just on some pigeons.
Yep.
And then they all think that they're the only one. Did he think he was the only one?
Yes, he thought he was in love with her.
What a dummy.
Yep, they thought they had something special. And then instead of the family saying, look, this isn't normal and healthy, I gave the business partner the bank statements where he spent 20 grand on her and OnlyFans. And I thought for sure he'd be like, Aaron's out of his mind. He needs help. I never would have thought that they would have been like, well, forget Bela. Let's just cut her out of our lives.
It is so sad that this gentleman's life ended the way it did and came down the way it did.
I mean, how the hell? He never went to get help. I mean, God, mental illness is a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing.
I did set him up with therapy, and he didn't stick with it. He said that the therapist was dark, and the therapist was trying to talk him to leaving me, and that's not what he wanted. He wanted me and the girl. He wanted both. And I told him, you cannot have both. That's not acceptable. And I've worked with him. I set up family interventions with his mom and with a close friend. And the family was aware of this girl. They were aware of his suicidal tendencies. And
well, Bela, I'm sorry you're going through all of this. Keep us informed on this. The lawsuit. I don't know what we can do, but just keep us informed. This is a surreal story. That's a crazy story.
It's wild.
Hey, thank you
Did
so much
she say his
for coming on.
parents were still in contact with this lady?
She said that they're friends on Facebook.
It's probably some 65-year-old guy
We ought to try to
teasing
find
him.
her.
Free to call back.
You know, it's probably some guy in third.
Yes, dear.
No, I'm just looking at the phones.
All right, hey Sarah, I apologize again. We're gonna get you after this break. You're the only caller in line. So.
My wife wrote, if it was my husband doing that, I would have killed him.
with your gun,
right? With my own gun.
Okay, look, this is Miles caught. He had a shark bite off his line. He almost had it. It was 6 feet long.
Oh, really? Deep sea fishing?
Yeah, and I said, what kind of fish? He says bluefish and sea trout.
Nice.
I never heard of a sea trout.
Yeah.
Did he catch it today, Susan?
Yeah, they just went. Yeah.
Just landed it.
So they were trying to catch shark.
Did they just rent some like charter guy?
Can I see it there?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, that's a pretty.
I don't know much about salt.
All yours.
I think it takes them home and eat them at night, or just throw them back.
Yeah.
Mark doesn't eat that stuff.
My family has a beach house.
He doesn't eat
out
fish?
in Texas.
He'll eat a little seafood.
My dad and I fish
like
off the
seafood?
bayside. There's a pier. We don't have a boat, but we'll catch like sand trout, speckled trout, redfish. That's all brackish stuff. On the
Brackish?
bayside it is, yeah.
Oh, it was 25?
We've been deep sea
I thought it
fishing
was
once and we
15.
caught a bunch
Was
of
it
red
25 or
snapper.
15? Yeah, some crazy amount, yeah.
Either whatever, doesn't matter, whatever it was.
Wow.
Swordfish.
Thought he
We got one of those. It was
Yeah.
Marlin, yeah. But there's fish that I'll catch out there that I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, me too.
Can I
Catch
eat
it.
this? You know?
You're paying for it. You can eat it.
Yeah.
Where I grew up, it's all bass and catfish.
I love a good deep fried catfish.
Oh, I just had some the other day.
You did? A black eyed pea?
No, I live in the Springs, so there's a...
I love a good black eyed pea as a best.
Soul Food Kitchen down there. This gal,
yeah,
Cajun as it gets from...
Is it good?
From Louisiana, yeah. Everything's like the okra, you can tell, like fried okra, that it's not the frozen bagged, Everything's fresh and good. It's fried perfectly. I don't like to eat that stuff all the time. It's not good.
Once in a while.
But yeah, once or twice a month, hell yeah. I like swamp food.
Just like there was another one about Douglas County that put through forth the fact that
there is some stuff that kind of creeps me out.
They're going to get fined.
Like crawdads.
Crawfish, yeah.
And those things are just, my kid loves those things. I won't even watch or eat them. They're just, bottom feeders.
Look, I don't know if he's tried them yet or not. So if somebody goes to a restaurant and steals a bag of chips, and you don't inform the police, the authorities that...
Thanks for the nippa port. It went well with my pizza.
Nice. I can't wait to try the 40 here.
Yes, I need to get a little container like that. Hey, can I take that container?
Yeah, take it. Why don't you bring me a little bag?
Of the 40. Yeah, bring you the 40.
Then I can have it when I'm actually drinking. I
mean, exactly.
That was a sip.
I know, but I mean, I want to go work out.
I get it, like 1%.
You need to try it.
But I do want to try it.
How stupid is that? Now that's
a bigger container.
Yeah, that was a little too rude. It didn't have any sting to it, like the
right. But it was. How
would you like to call that siding company?
It was pleasant. Yeah, I'm gonna bring you a better.
How about this? How about giving the siding company hell?
Take it up so much.
What siding?
Did you hear the problem, or were you out at? That woman
just
paid $82,000.
Oh, I did hear. Yeah,
finish up with her.
Is she still on the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rape theft. I mean, we took it to the extreme, of course, because that's trying to be funny, but that's
you got to give somebody hell today.
Sabby, I love fried okra too. It's the best thing in the world.
That's crazy. Yeah, that makes.
Do you like fried okra?
They picked up on your okra on YouTube.
So good.
Southern classic.
Or once a month, and you're like, oh, hey, 5 T-shirts have been stolen. That's just,
what do these people do?
They write it off.
They have no lives. I shouldn't say that. They're
They hear me.
I had no idea.
So many people
They're
work
just
from
loyal.
home.
Yeah, they're loyal listeners.
How are you working if you're just commenting and stuff?
Just keep that mouse active. Then it looks like you're working.
So do you like your meeting with Blake?
It's the show within a show. The way Mark describes it.
Dude,
I didn't know that's how you said his last name.
Tim's leaving.
Yeah. Yeah. Mark showed me your text.
Like,
oh.
that liquor store. I don't know where it's at.
I'm surprised.
Mark
put up with the meetings he did.
I can imagine.
Like 10 minutes in, I'm like, it's clear this is going nowhere. No, it was right at his office, right at Dry Creek and 25.
So it leads to
So.
Yeah. And I think they had to report the theft within a couple of days.
It's an office like
all right, if you only do
with another company.
then how the hell are you
Some finance guys or something. I don't really. It was very all odd. He didn't have an office. He was at a table in the office.
Radio to 64,000 to get your 20% off. That's radio to 64,000.
Keep your retirement money safe at mymoneymyway.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. FrankDurant.realestateman.com. I love giving out that name. If you need your house evaluated, you want to know what it will sell for before listing and what you'll net and what's out there to buy, he can do it all free of charge. A detailed analysis of your property. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. And it's complimentary, 303-920-1622. So anyway, Sarah has a house about 2,500 square feet. And she said she was talked into a job. 2 people knocked at the door, and she signed a contract for $82,000 for siding, basically, and gutters. Siding and gutters. Some insulation. But Mark Szymanski said that it's probably double the price it should be, but it's impossible to know that. But in any case, Sarah, what is the name of the company that you signed the contract with? Who is it?
Yeah, I can't give that out publicly.
Why?
Because apparently in their contract there is a defamation clause.
Oh.
That already sounds like a bad company.
Boy, what a red flag for sign a contract with defamation.
Wait. It says you're not allowed to complain?
Yes, publicly.
That's crazy, give it to me
Tom.
off the air. I want to know.
You know what? So wait a minute.
Okay.
If she complains to us, and you go call them and try to help her, are they going to say that they were defamed? No, because all she's asking for is help to get out of the contract. She's not saying they're illegal. She's not saying that they're terrible. She's saying she wants to get out of the contract.
I could be her neighbor, just a friend wanting to help her out.
Well, we are friends of people helping him out. She just wants to get out of the contract. Sarah, off the air, if you give us the name of the company and a phone number, we will call and try to get you out of that contract. I mean, did they say they would let you out?
They said that I could get out of the contract for 1/3 of the total cost, which came to approximately $27,000.
Tom, with defamation, doesn't she have to say something untrue?
Right. Actually, yes.
I mean, just saying their name, is that defamation?
Well, there's two things. There's defamation, but I think it's more than a defamation clause. They have a non-disparaging clause or whatever. And that's what she means. It's not defamation. Defamation, yes, you would have to prove defamation in a court. I think they're saying you can't really say anything negative about them.
Well, they haven't done any work yet, so is that really still implied?
They haven't done any work yet, so I don't know, Sarah. I don't want to get you in trouble. That's for darn sure. So we haven't mentioned anything. We haven't mentioned your last name. We haven't mentioned the company's name. We haven't done any of that. But I think what we need to take a look at the contract. I mean, certainly if you went to an attorney, I'm going to tell you something. You're in big trouble, Sarah. I mean, let me ask you, do you have the money to pay for this?
To pay for the $27,000?
No, to pay for the 82. You signed a contract. Do you have the 82 grand?
I also signed a loan agreement.
Oh my God.
They also, at the same time, said that they needed to get that I needed to sign a loan agreement because they needed $40,000 from the loan agreement, and then
they're going through a bank.
Let me ask you, Sarah, do you normally do things like this? This is a major deal. No. How long is this loan? How much are the payments on this loan?
The payments don't have to start until 2027.
Yeah, but how much are they?
Another thing, the payments are $600 to $700.
How much do you owe on your house?
How much? I'm sorry?
Do you still have a mortgage on your house?
Oh, no. My house is paid off.
Well, thank God. At least you'll have, I mean, I don't even know if you have a good loan agreement. Who knows how much interest you're paying? You could have probably...
9.9%.
Oh, my God. Look at you.
Couldn't you refinance that? And pay that off?
You need to refinance that in your house.
I wonder if it almost makes sense for her to have them go and do the work, because is it better that
let's
at
put
least
it this
get
way.
that? Yeah.
If an attorney says, if we can get some advice, if Bo gets a copy of the contract, I'll run it past an attorney and see what they think. And if they think it's going to be hard to get out of, she may have them do the work and then put a loan on her house, and the loan would be much cheaper than that. We can get you a loan at a much lower rate, and then you can pay that off. But let me ask you, how old are you, Sarah?
68.
Yeah, you're a little young for a reverse loan, but you could get one. That's a mortgage that you don't have to pay back, but I don't know if you want to do that.
And I'm happy to look at it too and see what material they're going to put on, and try to get her the best deal.
Do you recall what siding?
They never really gave me a name.
Oh my gosh!
They had like a booklet kind of that they opened up, and it had 16 different colors, and they were just so quick to just oh, here, we're going to match the color, and
there were two
came 2 days
There
later,
were two people?
And, well, there was one person first that came and did the estimate, and then he, very quickly, went over that their siding was the highest quality siding, and their insulation was X amount, thick, and that my house wasn't up to code, and they were gonna, make it up to, that I wouldn't pass inspection if I went to sell my house, because I said, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be living in this house. And they said, well, you just take this loan out, and this is perfect for you because you don't have to even pay for 14 months. And, you can just, start paying off the loan. And then when you sell this house, you're going to make all this money back when you sell the house. So it's kind of a long story. But I, at this point, I don't really want to do the work on my house.
Yeah, but would you be willing, then are you willing to, but here's what I want to know. If they said you pay a third and get out of it, okay, what happens to that loan? Did they say that you still owe that money? Are they saying, if you still owe the money and have to pay a third, you may as well have the work done? Are they saying when you pay the third, the loan will go away too?
I was assuming that's how
don't assume it, because you could end up having to pay that loan back anyway.
Right.
Okay, I need Bo. I need Bo to call you off the air.
I don't want Sarah to start the job till we look at it.
Yeah, no, of course not.
And she should cancel this loan if it's through a bank, or change her bank till we have time to really study this.
I don't know what you can do. We need to look at it. Do you have the contract?
Yes.
And do you have the loan agreement?
Yes.
All right, hold on. Oh, people, can you believe this? We need to help her right now, man.
Oh no, I got it. I'll do it.
She did a loan agreement. Those guys got paid, but I'll bet you they got paid.
I bet they did too. I'm gonna.
Man, that pisses me off.
I hate when people
just completely taking advantage of somebody that.
I'm happy to do it.
Yeah. No, that'd be good if we need it. That would be good. Man, this is terrible.
What scumbags? That's why you're in business. Oh my God. I mean, stuff like this just.
Yeah, I just picture that poor thing sitting at her kitchen table. Okay.
Her voice just sounds so young. She sounds like she's like 30.
I know.
She said she was 60. I thought she was
68. Yeah, that is just rotten. A rotten thing to do.
Discountbath.com, the guaranteed lowest price on your bathroom remodel. Imagine that. They'll talk prices on the phone. They love giving deals, and we love telling people about Discount Bath. Chris and his team will do a great job, whether it's a small bathroom, the hallway bath, maybe a Jack and Jill bath, a master bath, a bath in the basement where it's roughed in, whatever it is, they can do it. Plus, walk-in shower conversions. Listen to this. For $9,888. That's right. Discountbath.com. Give them a call. Talk about your remodel. They'll talk to you on the phone. They'll talk price. 720-979-2322. Discountbath.com.
I'm dying to know that. Because I've heard of most contractors by now.
It's funny, like Hanson, they're nationwide. My lawyer is actually, in a war with them right now. That's usually not the case.
Yeah, they do interior remodel and exterior.
Yeah, they do a lot of siding.
Yeah.
That's Hanson's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Bo talk to her.
I even dried it.
Fastest one-hand dishwasher I know.
And I put it back on the shelf where I found it. It's so clean, I'd let you eat off of it, Mark. soon as I drop Axe off, I'm gonna call her. Is she still on the air?
Yeah. Oh no, I guess not. No, she's gone.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Axe if he has it all. Sarah.
Have you ever charged anyone for getting out of contract with you?
We've threatened it, but we've never done it. Some people, like, there was one here. We were working on for 2 years, and they turned around and gave the roof to Excel.
That was one of
Jens.
No, there was one that I had way up in the mountains with the older project manager we have.
There's been times. It's in our contract for 25%, and that's if we do all this insurance work, and then you're gonna just keep the money. Then
I think that's probably the only time I would go after somebody, at least for some of it.
Right.
Schindler, it was one of Schindler's jobs.
Oh, I remember that.
It was a freaking good job too, man. It was like 180 grand or something. But
he's Gunnison. Yeah, we did all that work. He's out there multiple times.
That's shitty, man.
Mark, what's your phone number?
303-919-5707.
Is it all right to text it to you?
Please.
Okay. Do you want to see the contract?
Yeah, send it to me.
Okay.
I'll just.
I'm going to text you my. Let me get your email.
I'm just ready there.
Yeah, write it on my iPad. Everyone makes fun. Well, yeah, you have a paper pen. Keep it. Nobody needs a pen anymore.
I don't like these companies.
Oh, okay. You like those fancy fountain pens like Dimitri has? Dipped in an inkwell? And I'm full. I'm going to have to walk home. A little water.
There is a hyphen in mine. So it's just a hyphen.
Ron, and we'll break down a major federal court ruling affecting the Colorado GOP. Join me at 4.
Hello, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. All right, so let's talk. Somebody wants to know, we got Paragon Services with us, Matt Sanford, and we also have Mark Shemansky, Genesis Total Exteriors. Here's the bottom line. Somebody wants to know, can they keep the leftover insurance money? That is a question I hear a lot of. What's the bottom line on that? Matt, really, that is a good question because people say, I thought it was for damages. What happens if I have money left over?
Yeah, so when you get paid out for an insurance claim for property damage, it's in 2 payments usually.
Yeah.
So the actual cash value and then your insurance company.
Actual cash value is what it was worth the day before the accident or the storm, meaning the market value that day. In other words, if it was 10 years old or 20 years old, they take that off. That's the payment you get up front. Then what?
Yeah, then so the insurance company is going to hold the rest of it in depreciation, and that's recoverable once the project is complete. So as long as the insurance company knows that you did the work, most of it, they're going to send you that depreciation, and if you have some left over, put it in your pocket. I mean, that's what everyone does.
Right. And there's nothing illegal about
Nothing illegal, but let's say you were paid for your fence, and you decide, I'm not going to fix the fence. I'm going to put that money in my pocket. Well, if you have another storm next year, they're going to come back out, see that you did not fix the fence. They're not going to pay for it twice.
Right. So it will